Welcome back to another episode of What Time Is It? I'm Jeff Reese, as always joined by Chuck Majorana, and who the hell are you?
I am Kristen Cunard.
Nice.
Chris-
That was loud.
That's how everybody.
Kristen Cunard, wife, mom, jiu-jitsu coach, teacher, and low talker.
Very low talker.
Kristen needs to talk into the mic a little
I'll
more.
adjust as
adjust
necessary.
I get made fun of at home for this.
Okay.
But,
Well, you're
I
gonna
have
get-
a teacher voice.
You're going to get made fun of here, too.
When I'm comfortable, I mumble.
Mumbler.
Yeah.
Mumbler.
Did you mention teacher in your little synopsis?
Well,
I did.
Jeff
I did
did
say
my whole
teacher.
synopsis,
I did.
so I didn't even have to say
I
it.
threw it
All
out
right.
there.
Okay, then.
Okay. So where do we want to start? We're going to start with what? Family?
You tell me.
Well, let's start with this. What does a typical day look like in your life?
Goodness. Well, right now it's summer, Kristen. So we sleep until we wake up naturally, which does not happen for 180 days out of my life. I clean the house, like rage clean almost every day because I live with a bunch of animals. And I don't know. Jay cooks most of the time, so I don't have to do that. Some days or some weeks he's away for work, so
Jay's your husband.
Then you have to cook.
then I have to.
Then you
cook.
have to order
or
out.
order out. Yeah,
I was going to say order out. Then you order out. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Then
Every
you
day.
order out.
yeah. But
Chef Boyardee.
nothing crazy. Just living the dream.
From the time you wake up to the time you go to bed.
Exactly.
Okay.
And everybody sleeps in my room because we're all codependent and nobody gives me a break. So from the time I open my eyes to the time I close my eyes,
There's a child nearby.
There's somebody
really?
nearby.
There's a child
Even
nearby.
the dog. Even the dog.
Really?
Yeah.
Our dog used to sleep with us. He's
Mine
no longer
too.
with us.
Yeah.
But
Mine too.
the new dogs don't. Or the new dog. We're getting a new dog. I just showed Jeff. I just showed him a picture of our new puppy. Right now we have a miniature schnauzer.
I just saw. So cute.
Yeah, and we just bought another one.
No way.
But that one's all silver, they call it,
Yeah.
like all gray. But we're getting a black and silver one.
Oh,
so I
same
can be able
dog?
to, because they're going to be the same size eventually, and then I can be able to tell who's who in the yard. So I'll be able to.
Cute.
But yeah, same type of dog. Yeah, she's the best dog ever.
Really?
Yeah, so we want to keep it consistent.
All right. So we'll start with the tough questions.
Oh God.
Oh
And
boy,
then
right to it.
Then we'll transition into. I like the challenging questions. We just had
I
Alan.
don't. I'm gonna be sweating.
We just had Alan Manganello on, and
Yeah.
we fired some off at him that were tough. They're thinkers. Okay.
Yeah.
So
God.
we said wife, mother, teacher, martial artist, right? Jiu-Jitsu practitioner.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the F, Mary, kill, but we won't say that. what one brings them like? So what's the most fulfilling? I think I know the answer, but what's the most fulfilling one?
Yeah.
Out of all the things I do,
Out of all the things you do,
Or all the things you are.
of all the things I am.
yes,
So the most fulfilling, obviously, is being a mother.
Yeah.
yeah, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, it is a no-brainer. And as hard as it is and as suffocating as it is, they still love when you come home and where are you going? And oh my God, you came back. I'm like, I was only gone an hour, and
You can get that with dogs too.
I do.
Get that with dogs.
My dog is the best person in my house. But
The
yeah,
most well-behaved.
Yeah.
the most appreciative for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's hands down. Your children are they're just my lifeblood. They just keep me going.
Ages? You want to give out ages?
Yeah. So the youngest just turned 6. She's a firecracker. She will, walk you up and down. She will insult you.
She has come into the gym a few times and said something to me, and I'm like, I will fight you.
Yeah.
Right now. Want to go outside,
I'm like,
kid?
are
She
you
calls
nuts?
him
I will
Jeffy.
fight you.
She's
Yeah, she
like-
called me Jeffy one day. I'm like,
My God.
I will punch you
She's
in
like,
your
is Jeffy going to be on the
face.
podcast? I'm like, oh
Right
my
in your
God.
face.
Then Corey, she's the sweetest soul ever. She's just, wants everybody to be happy. She's like Jay, she's social and wants to do things. And me and my youngest Tatum are like, let's lay in bed and not go out and cuddle.
And not talk to people.
And not talk to people. Then there's Daniel. Daniel just turned 13. He is.
Oh, boy.
He's a wild card.
He's a wild
Yeah.
card.
He's
I
a
know what
wild card.
teenage boys are like. That's the only thing I know about.
He means well. He has a good heart. And
Something like my grandmother would say.
And then there's Evan. Evan is my firstborn, and he's in college. He
Oh my
just
God.
transferred.
You have a college-age child?
do.
There's no way.
I do. He just transferred to ESU. So
Wow.
he was going to Bloomsburg, and now he is going to go to ESU.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that? I would have
lot.
never guessed that.
A lot going on.
A lot going on with the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the most fulfilling one is motherhood. What's the most fun one?
Oh, obviously jiu-jitsu.
Oh, yeah.
Is it?
It is.
Because there's days like
Oh, she hates it.
I
eh?
hate it. I quit it
Yeah.
every week.
Yeah.
But it is the only place where I can be Kristen. So
Yes.
like I'm not
That's a good way of saying
you
it.
can be a smart mouth, more sarcastic.
I can
Yeah.
curse,
Yes.
you know, and I can be myself. I could cry, curse, whatever, and like I'm still welcome the next day for the most part.
For the most part.
But it is the
Every once in a while, you get Kristen. You should take a day off.
Rest. Today is rest.
Today's a rest day for you.
But it is. It's where I can be the innermost self version, like of myself.
That's awesome.
What role is the most intellectually challenging?
Oof. Probably also jujitsu.
I was going to say.
It has been one of the most frustrating things I've ever encountered. I'm not used to not getting things quickly. I'm used to just like
Picking it up.
picking it up, being good at it, like reading a book and knowing it and spitting it back out. And then jujitsu, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like
Yeah.
last week, I'm like, I don't even think I know jujitsu anymore. Like it's just so, it's just ever changing, like this puzzle that just, it can never be completed. So it's so challenging, but like in the best way ever.
Yeah.
And I might know the answer to the next question. Which one's the most emotionally challenging?
I mean, they're all pretty emotionally challenging. It depends on
Which
the
one
day,
makes you
really.
cry the most?
I would guess.
Jiu-jitsu.
I would guess teaching would be the most emotionally challenging, especially at the because you teach younger kids, right?
Well, I teach 5th grade, and as great as it is, and as wonderful as that age group is to me personally,
Yeah.
it's a different climate now. The education field is so much different than it was, so it is very frustrating. But I have jujitsu to go to afterwards, so it kind of balances out like the frustration that I feel, and you know, I have that outlet, which a lot of the other teachers don't, and that's why there's a lot of burnout and a lot of people, you know, switching careers and things like that.
Yeah.
But as far as emotional, I mean, crying wise, yeah, mostly the only thing I cry about is jujitsu.
Yeah.
There are tissue boxes in the.
I was just going to ask you to
girls'
talk
changing
about the
room.
tissue boxes in the women's changing
In the
area.
women's locker room.
We
There's-
have labeled tissue boxes pre-training, post-training,
Oh.
and he needs to change them quite
Oh,
often.
are they out?
Yeah.
I'll have to change
You have
them
to
quick.
replenish them.
Pre-training and post-training
Yeah.
box of tissues. For whatever reason, there's pre-training crying.
Right.
Post-training
They're different.
crying. Post-training crying
They're
I
definitely
get.
different.
But pre-training crying, I don't understand that one, but whatever.
Yeah.
It's-
Well, the pre-training is all of the shit you bring in, like my job's stressful, my boyfriend sucks, or you know, it's all of us in there just having
Yeah.
this like moment, and then we get out there, we're having the best time ever, and then
Yeah.
everybody beats the shit out of us, and then we go back into the changing room. We're like, I hate everybody out there. These guys are such losers, and that's the post-training cry.
Yeah. The post game cry.
So teaching, or let's go back to your path to becoming a teacher.
Okay.
All right. Because some people have a calling to be a teacher. Some people just stumble into being a teacher. Like, what was your path into being a teacher?
Being a teacher was it for me. Like 3rd grade, I was playing school. Like that was the game.
Right.
Like, come over, I'm going to play school, and you guys are going to be my students. And my friends are like, what the like, what?
Yeah. Huh?
You know, and we're going to do workbooks. And I think it was, you know,
I'm not going to Kristen's house.
like Kristen sucks.
Workbooks.
She's the worst.
Like I got the game in the beginning, but now we're getting assignments.
Yeah, like I'm standing up in front of my, you know, 4 friends and like, all right, let's put our name. And they're like, this sucks. Can we play like
Oh my
kickball?
God.
You know?
Yeah. If I was sitting there, it'd be like this.
Bueller. Bueller.
Yeah. I love that you know
Bueller.
where that was.
All right, go
the
ahead.
most difficult part of that
I can't see it.
for me
It's
to
so hard for
believe
me to find them.
is
Need these.
Yeah, we're not putting those on. The most difficult part of that for me to believe is you had 4 people who liked you.
Oh,
Yeah.
4 friends.
Same.
Like that's difficult to believe.
Same.
And then
I
the
think
workbooks hit.
The number is
And then the workbooks.
And there was
are
none.
Like, oh boy, then there was 0. Yeah. So you're thinking about at a very young age about wanting to be a teacher.
That was
right?
all I knew.
Yeah.
All I knew. Growing up, what do you want to be? You know, all these different things. And it was just teacher for me. And they were, to me, teachers, I was lucky enough to have like the best, most comforting teachers, like so sweet. And, you know, I had a childhood which was like a little tumultuous and wild. So like the teachers were like my safe space. And, you know, I wanted to be that for somebody else. And so it was
So you had good examples.
Yeah, like the
Good
best.
role
You know,
models.
I had, you know, the few here and there that were crappy, but for the most part, like my elementary teachers, my middle school teachers, they were just so kind and just such a role model for me that I was like, I want to be that for somebody.
That's cool.
Yeah, I got on my soapbox on the last podcast with Alan about teachers. I was on my soapbox trumpeting for teachers.
Yeah, he was.
That they are not, they're undervalued and underpaid.
For sure.
And without teachers,
underappreciated. Yeah.
without teachers, we as a society do not function without them. They are invaluable and undervalued, and we need to remedy that. And that's the platform I'm running on. Vote Reese in 2028.
School board. Lackawanna County.
I'm going right for the top.
Just go for
I'm
presidency.
going right for
Oh,
presidency.
going president. All
Going right for presidency.
Reese for president.
Listen,
I love it.
can't get any worse. Okay,
That is true.
so we, I'm gonna get all kinds of hate mail for that. I'm just saying our country sucks right now, and I could give me the,
Wait a minute,
give me the
we can
reins.
turn
Wait,
this
hold on a
podcast
second.
Jiu-Jitsu
around.
for everybody. Let's go.
Yeah.
So do you have like, I know for me, I do. Do you have like one specific teacher where you're like, that teacher changed the trajectory of my life? Actually, I have 2 that I can think of.
So I had one in 6th grade. So not to get into like the nitty gritty of my childhood, but it was like a little wild and not very structured. And I went into 6th grade. I was in like a middle school situation, and like everybody was mean. I grew up in West Side, so it's like
West Side?
You have to. You're surviving basically
In the streets.
in the streets, yeah. And it was picture day one day, and of course my parents don't know because they don't even know what school I'm going to. Basically, at this point, I show up.
She gets on this yellow vehicle, and we don't know where she goes.
She's just off, and my teacher is like, "All right, we're gonna head down to get our pictures taken," and I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like. Oh my God, like, look, I'm getting my picture taken. And she like saw me have a little bit of like teary eyed, and she's like, is everything okay? And I was like, yeah, great. And she's like, why don't you go to the bathroom, take a break, you know? And I did. And she met me in the bathroom, and she's like, let me help comb your hair. And I was like, oh my God. It was just like the sweetest thing. Like, she didn't have to do that.
Right. Yeah.
And, you know, the picture came out terrible anyways, but.
Please send it to me so I can inlay it into this podcast.
Never.
Please. I mean, it would be such.
I'm going to go to a deep dive.
Yeah,
Please
we're
don't.
finding that.
Yeah, we're finding that. I know people that know you. If
anybody knows,
somebody has that yearbook.
Send it to 570. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, it was the outward picture was terrible, but it was like the feeling inside of me where I was like, all right, somebody cares. Kind of thing.
Yeah,
so it was definitely like a pivotal moment.
Yeah, you'll never forget that.
Yeah. And I even wrote her a letter in college. We had another professor who said, like, you know, the same question, who changed the trajectory of, you know, your life or, you know, your education career. And I wrote her a letter, and she was just so beside herself. She was just so happy that I sent it. She sent me a letter back and was like, you know, this is so kind. I didn't think you would even remember that. And it was awesome.
Yeah. Now, again, we have to make clarifications for people,
Okay.
for the younger viewers.
Yeah.
Letters are a thing we used to write on paper with a pen,
right.
and you would put it in an envelope and
Mail it.
put a stamp on it, go to the post office, put it
there's
in
a
there.
thing called the post office.
It would go for like a week or 2.
Yeah.
Then they would write back to you, do the same process. And
You
would
would check your
and
little-
that is how we communicated.
Yeah.
Check
the
your
Stone
mailbox
Ages.
every day.
The pony would deliver
It. The pony would
mail.
deliver it. Yeah. And then that's how we deliver it.
Yeah.
That's how we used to.
That's how we communicate.
Yes. Writing letters. Writing is a lost art,
It really
especially with
is. Oh my
Chat
God.
GPT now. Writing
Oh,
is
yeah.
a
Nobody writes
lost
anything anymore
art.
by
I have
themselves.
beautiful penmanship, by the way.
Do you really?
Beautiful penmanship.
I love that for you, but I'll be the judge of that.
Beautiful penmanship.
I think cursive is dead.
No, it's not.
It's not?
Actually
Is it coming back?
in the curriculum?
It is.
Because the governor changed the law now, and you have to teach you have to teach cursive.
Wait a minute. You're telling me
Oh yeah.
that there is time in the government's schedule
Yeah.
to worry about cursive?
You would be
This is
surprised.
why. See, this
You
is
would
why.
be
Right? This is
surprised.
why I don't follow
This
politics.
is why I should be president.
God.
I would guarantee. I know Dylan doesn't know how to write in cursive. My youngest child. I'll guarantee Nico probably doesn't know how to write in cursive.
Not at all. Not at all.
It would be secret communications.
It
If
is.
we wrote in cursive to
It
each other, it would be
100%
secret.
is.
He just got his
communications.
permit, and I think he had to sign the form.
Yeah.
He's like, what does that mean?
What is-
I'm
what
like,
does
do
the
you
signature mean?
Yeah. Write your
Yeah.
signature. He's like, I don't
What does
think
that
I have
I
one.
went through that with
I said,
Evan.
just make a couple lines
Yeah,
like
well,
I do.
Evan's a little younger than Dylan.
Yeah.
A few years younger than Dylan.
Evan's 20 and he had to sign his license. And I was like, you have to sign it. It's a signature. And it looked like my dog wrote it.
Yeah.
It was like so bad. I'm like, oh,
Yeah. Dylan's signature could say Michael J. Fox.
But here's this thing. Here's the thing with signatures, though. I have a little. I don't like that because your signature is your mark. It doesn't mean that when you say write your signature, that's not your name in cursive. That's your signature.
Well,
and I just went through this because
I guess.
when I became a
Did you write C money on something?
No.
You're like C money.
with a dollar sign and everything. No, but when I got promoted to lead GST
well, that's
instructor,
your Gmail.
yeah.
That reminds me of his Gmail.
That's
I'm
C
like,
money.
is
C
that
money.
what it is?
No, that's my email address.
Or, yeah.
Comcast.
I'm like, what is it?
And I'm getting to the point where like people are asking me for my email, and I have to say it, and it's at
so
this point it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
But I'm not changing it, just so you know. But
I mean, yeah, run with it.
they had to put my name on the certificates because I'm a lead instructor now. So on the bottom is my name,
Yeah.
and so they're like, "We need you. Could you sign something digitally and send it to us? We'll put it on the certificates." I'm like, "Okay," and I do it, and I even warned them.
Yeah.
I said it was one of the girls at Grace University, one that works in the office. I told her, I said, "Listen, I was a police officer for a very long time. You're going to see this signature. Forgive me in advance." And she laughed, LOL, whatever.
Yeah.
I sent it to her. Guess what happened?
Send
2
it.
hours later, I got a phone call. Yeah, they said that one's not going to work. So now my
That's not gonna work
signature
for us.
on the GST certificates is my name in cursive. It says very legibly Charles Majorana. But
As
my
it should.
signature is like, it almost looks like C money. It's a big C and a squiggly line. And I think that's what signatures are supposed to be.
But you said like you're at the point where like now you're sort of embarrassed by it or whatever. But you get a lot of emails from parents and everything. Have you ever had like open an email from a parent and you go like,
What is
what
this?
is this email? Is it like like bigbooty27 at
Have
Gmail?
I?
Have you?
Have
I ever?
What's the most memorable?
Oh my goodness. So
there's gotta be
there
one.
are so many. There are so many that it doesn't even shock me anymore. But the best,
Do you even pay attention to them?
I mean, I do, so that I have something to talk about. At
Oh,
lunch
sure.
with my other
Podcasting, sure.
with my friends. The best is we have like, oh God, parent teacher conferences. Like right in the beginning of school, it's like not conferences, but it's like an open house. And I'm like, leave your email with me so that we can stay in contact. This, that, and the other thing. And it's like, can I have your email? And it was like, sexy mama, like 1, 2, 3. I'm like,
Sexy mama.
okay.
I don't even want to
Anything
ask for the
else?
description of this person.
Yeah, no, you do not. They would
do.
not fit in this
No. In that.
area. But yeah, there's a lot of them. Like even the guys. Like the guys are just, I don't know.
Yeah, I had one recently. It was like, I'm assuming it was like the birth year. I forget what the birth year is, but it was Balls on Ya. Like Balls on Ya 1972. I'm
Well,
like,
yeah, and they
you
don't
have
change
like
it.
a
Like,
different-
How do you
Why not?
spell that?
I
Like my-
B-A-L-Z-O-N.
probably, yeah.
Y-A.
Yeah. It's
Even
crazy.
my own brother, his email is Oliver Closeoff.
Oh, that's a great one.
I'm
That's
like,
a classic.
Dude, can we not?
Like Amanda Hug and Kiss.
like,
You know Amanda.
Mike,
Amanda Hug and Kiss. Yeah.
And Mike. You know Mike.
Mike. Yeah, Mike. Yeah.
Everybody knows
No,
Mike.
people are crazy with their emails.
and
I
like
think.
just change it, guys.
Just change it. Just get
It's not a
something
big deal.
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. Just
No,
get
it's not.
something different.
I got that nickname in the academy, and I'm keeping
Balls
it.
on Ya?
No. Got me.
Yeah.
See money.
Where's the drum?
Oh, this
roll?
one.
Dun-dun-dun.
There it
You
is.
got to be quicker on that, Jamie.
Sorry, I'm doing a lot of things at once here. No, I'm not. It's embarrassing, but I like it, and I'm keeping it.
It's a good
I'm
embarrassment.
Keeping it.
So your younger self,
Uh-huh.
looking at her childhood dream now, like what's that reaction for the younger self going, oh, I did become a teacher? Like,
I don't regret becoming a teacher, even though it's very challenging these days. I wish there was more money involved. But
in 2028, I promise that I will.
Yeah. Can you put cops in there?
I will
too?
have a chicken in every pot of a teacher.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. It's just like kind of leaving work and knowing that you may not have taught them, the type of sentences or like, the 4 type of sentences, but you taught them that, they matter or, that you're listening to them.
Yeah.
And that's more of what I'm doing these days as a teacher is more kind of like the mental health aspect and kind of like letting these kids know, like, you have a voice here, you're being heard, I care.
Yeah.
And maybe a little less on, the different types of, I don't know, verbs.
Verbs versus
Right.
nouns.
Yeah.
Yeah, like-
conjunction.
Are you an
junction.
English teacher?
I am.
See, I could have been a detective.
Could
The way
have
you were talking.
shoulda.
4 types of sentences. and
Could have been.
verbs and nouns.
Yeah.
Could have been.
So that kind of takes the backseat when
the teachers as a whole, the last 2 years just encountered their first real crop of COVID kids.
yeah, sure did.
Which is
What do you mean?
COVID kids who
Didn't
were
go to
not
school.
Didn't
they
go to
weren't in school,
kindergarten.
or kindergarten and preschool,
Yeah,
or
now
maybe
they're
even
hitting-
first grade, because of COVID. They're hitting the schools, the pipelines.
So we just had that. So the COVID kids, we call them, are now going into 6th grade. So they never had that kindergarten experience. They didn't
Yeah.
have half of first grade. And I don't know if you've ever seen, there's like quotes or like posters at like pediatrician's office. It's like everything I learned in kindergarten. How
Yeah.
to share,
Yes.
how to walk in a line.
Right.
Like, and they just never learned it. So
Well, they
like
got to
you get
socialize with other kids.
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
And so now we have 5th graders who didn't learn like these basic things. And
crazy.
so to try to teach them, how to analyze a text isn't going to happen because
Right.
they don't know how to walk in a line.
Right.
So, it's you kind of have to
They can
pull back
analyze a
bit.
text, though.
Oh yeah,
For show.
sure. And that's so funny that you say that. That's how their writing is too. Like instead
Yes.
of writing the word like because, it's like BC
'Cause.
or
Right.
cause,
Yeah.
or like, and then Y is just Y. And I'm like, I get it, guys.
You know what drives me nuts?
I get it.
The
But we can't do
texters that don't use capitalization or punctuation. It
That
drives
is-
me crazy.
That is just the new
If
norm.
you put God in a text and it has a lowercase g, I don't want to talk to you anymore.
We are no longer friends.
You understand? If you put a name in a text and it's not capitalized, if your text is 17 lines and there's no comma or period, that's jargon.
We might not be friends then
All right.
because
Don't-
I am.
yeah.
Stream of consciousness.
Yeah.
Have
Just
you ever
call me.
texted
Call me
voice
on
to
the
text
phone.
Jeff? Oh my God! It's
The last
like
couple times,
hieroglyphics.
I needed to ask you something or tell you something. I'd done something that's almost a dying breed. I called you,
Yeah,
or I might have texted you. Said call me.
yeah. I mean, I appreciate that.
And then
a
we
cold
talk.
call gives me severe anxiety. I'm like,
No,
oh my
I
God,
usually
what's
text and
happening?
say, hey, I
But
need
yeah,
to.
you
yeah,
do. You
can
give
you
me
call
a little.
me? Yeah.
And I need that. My sisters don't have that, and they would just call me, and I watch it. I'm like,
I can't do it.
ignore. What do you need?
I'm the same way. I'm like, I don't want to talk on the phone. I'm not.
No, see, I would
know?
rather talk than text.
If it's something that has context, then I will call you. But for something mundane, hey,
Yeah.
are you training Monday? I don't need to call you
No.
for that. It's like, are you training Monday? Yes. Okay, great.
I
But
do
if
feel
it's
like
contextual,
I talk to him on the phone a lot.
Well, you talk a lot in general,
I know,
so I get.
but we
that.
talk on the phone a lot, and I
you?
feel honored because he doesn't talk to a lot of people.
I do not talk to a lot of
In
people
general,
on the
let
phone.
alone on the
Yes.
phone.
Yeah, I am not a phone person, and
Yeah.
everybody will tell you that.
No,
It's just I'm just not. I hate it. I hate having it to my ear or whatever. But voice to text, I use that a lot.
Oh, yeah, you're real.
doesn't
great at
understand
that.
me.
And voice to text can't understand my accent.
Me neither.
And so if I'm driving, which is particularly when I'm using voice to text,
Yeah.
you're going to get a message of hate, like, why are you so stupid? You should never be driving. And it's not directed at you personally. It's just, what are you doing,
Road
idiot?
rage.
Make a
I've
left
heard you
turn.
do. When I've been on the phone with you in the car, I've heard you stop what you were saying in the middle and just yell at people.
Just yell at me. Just berate them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a fault. I'm working on it. I'm working to be a better person.
Road rage is a thing.
Road rage is a
Yeah, it
thing.
is.
Yeah.
How has teaching changed over the last? How long have you been a teacher?
So I got my degree in 2005.
Okay.
But then, having all the babies and all the things, I would say around 8 years
Yeah.
total, but like started, stopped because, I wanted to be home to raise the babies.
Yeah.
But it's a world of a difference. Pre-COVID, post-COVID are two different animals.
Yes.
Where, pre-COVID, you're an actual teacher and you're teaching curriculum and you're teaching information. Now you're teaching skills to cope and be emotionally, available, or just being able to stay awake during class, or, not bang your head off the desk. So there's a lot less of teaching content and more so teaching skills that you should have learned from
At home.
We see that on the jiu-jitsu mat as well. We
Yes.
do with the kids.
Well, you do.
You don't teach the kids classes, but Kristen's generally there, with the kids classes and everything. We do see that. I mean, at least from my experience, because I've been teaching kids for over 20 years now. So it's like when I was teaching kids pre-COVID, I was teaching a lot of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And now they're still getting jiu-jitsu, but a lot of times it's, hey, you got to stand in this line,
Right.
follow the directions, follow the rules. There's rules, and it comes back to that socialization. They didn't get it in kindergarten, first grade, so they're like, well, why do I have to stand in a line? Why do I have to not talk when the teacher's talking?
Yes.
I don't understand.
Right.
And it's very easy to get frustrated with them, where it's like, but I understand they don't know any better.
They
don't know any better. So I've seen it switch, on the jiu-jitsu mat, even though I'm not a real teacher. I've seen it switch on the jiu-jitsu mat.
Who said that?
Nobody
It sounds like
nobody would
like
ever.
you're a little
Nobody would ever
pained.
say that to my face.
it sounds to me, being in this room, that someone might have said that to you.
Someone may have said
I don't have a real job.
Oh my God.
I spend all day in my pajamas playing with my friends.
Right.
That's my
killing your friends. Not playing
No,
with them.
come on. I'm very nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very
This
nice.
Jeff is nicer.
So,
Nicer.
so what?
Nice.
How did you discover jiu-jitsu then?
So I guess by chance.
I love this story, and I'm going to chime in on it. And you're going to hate me for it, but I love
Please
this story.
don't. Please
I'm gonna.
don't.
I'm gonna. Go ahead.
I was probably there for your start, I think.
Yeah,
Kaiser
F.
F, yeah.
Yeah, you would have been. Yeah.
So I was in like the depths of hell after I had Daniel, my second son. I had the worst postpartum depression of my life. Like, I haven't had it since. Didn't have it with Evan. Like, everything with my firstborn was just
Every child is different. Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Like, I was in like, the best place when I had Evan, and he was my world, and then I had Daniel. I'm like I'm suffocating in my own life. I couldn't find joy in anything. I didn't feel like I was doing all the things. I'm looking at social media, and I have these moms are like baking bread, and I'm like, I can barely even get out of bed. Like, something's not right.
Yeah.
And then I felt bad for Evan, who, had like the best version of me, and I wasn't giving him attention. So I was like, I need to get him into something. And so I got him into jiu-jitsu, and like, I'm watching it, and I'm like, I think I could do this. And at this point, I was just lost in the sauce. Like, I was in such a depression, but I was like, let me see. And the first class, like when you walk in, especially Kaiser Ave, there's like a bunch of beasts on the mat. Everybody's sweaty.
Yeah.
The windows are fogged. I'm like, oh, what the hell am I thinking?
Right.
And I'm like, do I have to take my socks off? Like, this was like my biggest thing. Jeff's like, no, you're good. Whatever you want. I was like, okay. So like that helped. And then we were just doing like, basic shit. Like, you could shrimp, and here's how you shrimp. And he was like kind. And I'm like, oh, okay. And for me, it was like, all right, I could just show up to this place, and nobody's going to ask me shit about my mom life. Nobody's going to ask me like why I'm not teaching right now. They're all trying to kill me, but like in a nice way.
In the nicest way possible.
So I just kind of like gravitated towards it because it was like where I can be my most original self. Like I can just go there and nobody has to talk to me.
And forget about life for a while, as Billy Joel said.
Exactly. 1 hour where the noise just shuts up and I can just be focused on something, because you can't multitask anxiety at jiu-jitsu. You know, I'm not thinking about the dishes when, you know, Jake Bennett's gift wrapping me. I'm like, help.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just kind of like this place where everything just quieted down. And I was like, this 1 hour is the 1 hour I need to re-energize myself and get back to like being myself and finding myself.
Yeah. It's that for so many people too. It's crazy. We keep hearing it.
Yeah, for all different
Reasons.
for all different, whether it's depression, whether it's anxiety, whether it's ADHD or whatever, it helps because you have to focus.
You have to be present.
You have to be present in the moment, and you can't worry about other things.
No.
You know, when you're rolling with John Schwartz and he's trying to add you to your corpse collection.
Yeah.
Like
He's
he's
trying
like
to-
he's like, I'm gonna add another woman to my basement.
Yeah, he has he doesn't care what size, what
doesn't
gender.
Oh
He
my
wants all the
goodness. I have
souls.
Right.
so many good stories
Yeah.
about him.
It's
Like he wants all the souls.
it really
He has mine.
centers your mind. You know?
For sure. And I
He
think
has my heart. I love John Schwartz.
He-
I hope
he
he
has
comes
my
back.
heart, too, yeah.
I want him back. He's not coming back. I've asked him 1,000 times, but I'm going to keep working on it.
you should. He was a killer.
He's awesome.
But yeah, it was just this one spot in my life, this 1 hour out of my day where it's like, I can only focus on myself because I'm trying to survive and not be humiliated, essentially. But I was over and over and over again, but in the best way. And at the same time, like you don't realize like all the different things that are happening in the background. Like I didn't realize I was depressed. I was like, I'm not crying all of the time. I'm not depressed, but like I'm sleeping a lot, and it's really hard to, you know, get up and do the normal things.
Yeah.
And so then like the fight essentially in jiu-jitsu like ignited the fight kind of in myself. And it was like just every time I went, it got a little bit better at home. And then I just kept coming, and then it, you know, it grabs hold of you.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, for sure. Now,
does.
when you called for information,
Kill me.
what did you originally ask me?
I'm not talking about this.
I'm
Yeah,
going to
sure.
say
Oh,
it
you're
regardless. So you
oh,
might
you're
as well say
talking about it.
We don't have to talk about it. What did you initially ask me for?
I'm not talking about it. You could say it.
Krav Maga.
Okay. In my defense. In my defense.
Lean in a little bit. I want everybody to hear this.
I didn't know anything.
Well, the volume just got louder. See, she's very
I'm pushing her
passionate.
buttons right
He
now.
is. He's really pushing my buttons. I didn't know anything. And I had a friend in high school who was a cop, and he was like, you need to do jujitsu. I think that'll help you.
Yeah.
And he said, also look into Krav Maga. I'm trained in Krav Maga. And I don't even know what Krav Maga is at this point. I don't even know how to pronounce it. So as I'm asking him this question, he has never let me live it down. He's like, oh, we don't teach Krav Maga. I'm like, oh, God.
I answered it very judiciously, I would
What'd you
say.
say?
Oh, did you?
What'd you say?
I probably just said, you don't need that trash. Come train jiu-jitsu.
You know, I don't even know what it is. Like,
Yeah, same.
I heard of it.
It's
I
not-
just,
it's
I
not
never
a-
watched
it's not
anything.
a real thing. It's
I
not a
never.
real thing.
It might be. I
You
have
know
no
how
idea.
You know how I always
No
ruffle
idea.
feathers
Oh, you love it.
unintentionally?
You love it.
No, it's unintentional that I ruffle feathers. I'm a sweetheart. But Krav Maga is not real. Okay?
Really?
Krav Maga is the Israeli Special Forces military
Yes.
martial art. Do you think they're teaching that to civilians?
No.
No. No. So whatever somebody's saying that they learned Krav Maga. Now, are there probably some guys walking around out there? Like, there's a cat down. He's a jiu-jitsu black belt under Renzo Gracie. David Adiv.
I love that you said cat.
I did too. I was like, there is?
Yeah.
I love when we go back to old timey language like broads and cats and dames.
Oh, I'll tell you about broads.
Oh, God. how
Like David
gross.
Adiv. I've known people who served in that military.
Yes.
And they know Krav Maga.
For reals.
The local mom at the strip mall does not know Krav Maga. I'm sorry. But for broads, I used the word broads once while we were having dinner with my
Such a
daughter.
great word.
And I was like, so yeah, I'm like, these two broads over here. And she's like, Dad, you can't call women broads. I'm like, chicks? She's like, no. She's like, just call them women. I was like, I don't know. That's not as fun.
You know, the only reason I know the word broads is from Frank Sinatra music, and I don't. Is it a bad connotation? I don't even. Where
I
does
don't
it?
think it is.
Where does it generate from?
I think just back in the day.
Like broad hips or something? Because they
Maybe.
make babies.
We'll have to Google it.
It's like gams.
I'll have to get on
Like,
the
hey, you got a
Google
nice set of gams on you.
machine. Gams.
It's definitely like a rabbit hole I could go down because I love looking up like idioms, like different, like learning the ropes and like it's raining cats and dogs.
Yeah.
Like we look up the origin of this in my
origin
class and like
story.
see where it came
Yep.
from. So I'm going to have to deep dive on broads.
So let me know if it's bad, I won't say it.
I don't think it's bad.
Yeah.
I mean, there are worse words.
Oh, sure are.
I'm sure there is. Yeah.
I haven't heard any.
I've heard some,
but
I mean, neither have I.
so you touched on the first class, but like walk us through your first class experience. You came through the door, signed the waiver, asked to keep your socks on.
Yeah, that was big for me for some reason. I'm like,
then
can I
what
just wear my
It's
socks?
amazing to me.
A lot of women do that.
yeah,
That's what I
because
mean.
our
That's the part that amazes
like,
me.
if
Cops do
our-
that too.
They're still doing it in when I travel. I'll see a woman. Now, men, I'm almost expected because a lot of guys,
Yeah,
they don't take care of their feet, they're
Well,
wearing boots
same.
for their whole life because they're cops. And if I see a cop with socks on, of course, right? We're used to it because we do jujitsu, and it doesn't matter to us. But when I see a woman who wearing socks, and then I'm like, and I might have said something like, "Oh, this is like the shrimp drill." I'm like, "This is one of the moves where on this slippery mat, the socks are not going to help." I'll say something like that, and they're like, "Oh, I had to. I can't.
I know
something about it. I can't be barefoot." And I'd always amaze me that the women are more concerned about bare feet than the men.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a part of, it's just like a self-conscious thing, I think.
Oh, really?
If your nails aren't painted or if your like
Yeah, but you ever see?
heels are like cracked or something, like it's like, oh God. And like nobody cares.
We're so
Literally,
used to
Nobody
like
cares.
men's.
Literally nobody
yeah.
cares.
It's like everybody's looking at your shitty jujitsu and nobody's looking
Yeah,
at
right.
your
Nobody cares about your feet.
Right.
non-painted toenails.
Yes.
But when you don't know, you don't know.
I guess, yeah.
So do you remember your first lesson? Like, what was the first thing you learned in your first class?
I do. It was shrimping for the most part, which was the most annoying thing I've ever had to do. And I'm like, why am I not good at this? Like, it was like so frustrating. You're like, you're doing great, sweetie. I'm like, oh yeah.
That's not how he sounds.
I feel great. No, when he turns on his like,
Yeah.
My
Disney,
professional
Jeff.
voice.
His professional
My professional voice.
beginner class voice.
I'm like, is this right? He's like, it's almost right. I'm
It used to be, what are you doing right now?
I don't know
mean,
what
there
class
were-
you're watching. But that is not what I'm teaching.
But yeah, it was like, I don't know. There was only a few people there. I don't know if it was like a day that a lot of people didn't go or if it was like a noon class or
fluctuates.
something. But, and then, I would come to like the evening classes for the most part after that. And it was just jam packed. And I'm like, I'm a white belt, so I'm thinking I'm doing everything awesome. I'm like, look at me, like rolling around. I'm like Ronda Rousey up here. Like you literally don't know.
That was
how
like during the
terrible you
Ronda
are.
Rousey era, too.
I'm like, I wonder if they see me doing these front rolls
So
and say how good I am.
the dopamine hit is what kept you coming back then.
Yeah,
like
for
you were
sure.
getting that. You were depressed, and then bam, you get a dopamine
Yes.
hit from jiu-jitsu, and then you're like, I can't wait to go back and get that dopamine hit again.
Yeah, and it was like coming home. So I would be like doing my daily mom things all day long, and it's like I'm taking care of this person, taking care of that person. Da, da, da. I would go there, and I'd get the shit kicked out of me, and for some reason I liked it. And then when I would go home, I was like me again for like a few hours. I was like, all right, now I don't mind doing the dishes and I don't mind doing the things. And then it was kind of like this pattern. And then the more I went, the longer that like after effect happened. Like I'm more myself. And then, it was just kind of like this reward kind of that you got at the end of it.
It's such a real thing, that dopamine hit.
Yeah.
I was there, when was it? Wednesday. Wednesday, I did a private with Matt Morosky, and then we did it at a time because he wanted to go to the 4:45 open mat. So I did the private at 3:30, so he could just stay there.
Yeah.
I did not intend, I had stuff going on, I did not intend on staying for the 4:45 open mat. So everybody's starting to trickle in, and I'm like, I said it out loud on purpose because I knew they would convince me. I'm like, should I stay or should I leave? And Derek was there. He's like, you should stay. Right. So, and I'm like, I'm making like public service announcements. Listen, I got to travel soon. I can't get hurt. I see a couple of young guys I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm like, they're like, and then I also recognized that there were some solid guys in there that do it right. Joe Santoro was there. Dad was there.
Yeah.
Derek was there. Big Rick was there. Matt stayed. Demetrius was there. So it was a solid crew, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I'm going to stay. And I really was like, I don't know, do I go or do I stay? And when I left, I've never done drugs, But like, I was on
just chuckle.
Yeah, she did.
chuckle.
Yeah.
It was more like
she was
a
like-
gasp. Like,
Yeah, no, I've never done drugs, but I would imagine that's what it feels like to be like. I was in such a good mood.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I mean?
love
I was
that
already
feeling.
in a good mood
Yeah.
because I love teaching, and I had a good workout with Matt. But man, I was so happy I stayed, and that happened. I couldn't tell you how many times that's happened in my jiu-jitsu career, where like you might be walking in the door tired or like, oh, I don't want. Oh, here we go again. And then when you're done, when you
I
actually
know,
just
once you're
do it
done, yeah.
and you're done, you're like, I am so glad I did that.
That's like a daily thing
It was
for me.
great. And you know, the best part with that crew is that, and I don't know, that's probably normal for the 445 crew, is they're all like, there was every level, but there were a lot of higher level guys there. And you could have a really good, tough jiu-jitsu sparring role without getting hurt.
Yeah.
Like me and Rick Fry went for 5 minutes and if you watch that match, it would be like, that's not exciting.
Right.
It was like, it was slow and methodical, but it was a good round. We're not trying to kill each other or get hurt, but we're not going easy either. And it was just, he does this, I counter that. And it was like a little chess match. And him and I knew what was going on. But if you looked at it from the outside, we're not rolling all over the mat and out the
Right.
door and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
cerebral isn't always.
No.
Cerebral's not always sexy.
Yeah. And
You
it
know what I
was
mean? Like nobody looks at like, Matthew McConaughey and goes, oh, look at the brain on him.
Yeah, right.
Or, they don't look at Pam Anderson like, look at her brains.
Yeah, right.
Like
Maybe
cerebral's
now.
not always sexy. So
No, but it
people
was
sometimes
so
they
good.
want, that's why like ADCC and they want these like fast-paced action
Yeah.
matches, which they're fun to watch, but
no, they were like chess
sometimes
matches.
it's the better
Yeah.
athlete that's winning.
And but I was so happy I stayed is the point. And that I was on that whole ride home. You guys have probably felt this a million times. That ride, like, man, I'm so happy I did that.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That does that for a lot of people.
And there's other times on the ride home you're like, I'm quitting.
Yeah, right. Of course, sure.
Right?
Yes.
When's-
The frustration comes with
I was
it. Yeah.
I was gonna the next question I was gonna pose was like, is there a moment you almost quit? But like I should say, when's the last moment you almost quit?
I almost quit probably once a month. And it's not anybody but my own thing. Like, it's just
and
like,
we say that jokingly, but the serious question is like, was there a time through that white belt journey that you
Yeah.
were like, man, this isn't for
No.
me, or were you always like, I love this, like this is gonna be
there
more?
was never a
this is
moment
gonna
of
be more of a
quitting
hobby, more
because
than a
I
hobby.
was like the like psychopath, like making a list of like people I'm gonna kill. I was like
Schwartz.
Big Kev, gonna die someday.
He's gonna die.
John Schwartz, he's gonna get murdered. And I'm like, so I can't quit because I have to get good enough to
Right.
beat these people because they would just beat the balls off of me. And I'm like, I'm just a little person. Like, can you please stop?
Yeah.
And then like I remember like going home and crying and like Evan's like, why are you crying? I'm like, they make me wear these stupid outfits and then they choke me with this stupid outfit. And so like
They
I
make
had
me
my
put a jacket on and then they choke
and
me
then
with
they
it.
choke me with a jacket. So it was not, I was never going to quit because I was like, I need to kill all of these people for
Nice.
humiliating me and beating me up for the, past
Like
few
your style.
years.
That was the same passion I had.
Really?
I was like, I'm going to murder everybody because I came in at a time when I was the new guy for like a year.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't new
Oh,
people coming in
yikes.
all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I was the new guy. So I was just getting destroyed for a year until somebody new came in.
Yeah.
And I was able to like go, oh, I actually know jujitsu. This is awesome. But I still remember like that making the list.
Yeah.
I'm going to kill them one day. One day I'm going to be good enough to beat. And that's why I didn't quit. I'm like, one day I'm going to be good enough to beat all of these people, including the instructors. And I did,
Yeah.
with the exception of one individual named Tom O'Malley, who went away, joined the Air Force. And
never
if I
caught him.
ever
Never caught
catch him, it could be in Walmart. It's
Tom
on. Tom
O'Malley,
O'Malley.
watch
It is
your back.
on in Walmart.
Where's he right now?
I
Where's
don't
Tom?
know.
Shout out to Tom.
I'm going to find him, though.
Tom, you're
be
dead.
ready.
He's the only one that,
ready.
on that list of the original grouping that I didn't get my hands on.
Yeah.
Well,
And now I'm good enough to do it. And I'm going to, could be on Target.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I mean, I still can't kill any of the people on my list, but it was a reason to keep showing up. Like,
Yeah.
they'll all still kill
it's
me.
still goals. It's still future goals. You know, like,
Like, it's not over till it's over.
not over till it's
How
over.
did you feel as a woman coming into that environment and getting that level of training? Because there's some gyms where like the men don't really, they get a little, anxiety about rolling with the women, so they
Yeah.
don't do it at all. Or when they do roll with them, they roll so light that it's not even productive.
Yes.
Then there's the other way where you go too hard for whatever psychological reason why you would do that.
Yeah.
I think there was a good mix. I mean, when you
Oh
say
my God,
people killed you,
literally
you
the
mean
best.
you mean in the best
way.
jiu-jitsu way
Yeah.
possible, but nobody was disrespectful.
No, nobody.
So what was? I'd love to hear your
I mean, there were some white belts that were disrespectful, but like
well,
they're
they don't know
long
any better.
gone,
Yeah.
you know.
And they don't know any better.
Anybody blue belt, like I mean, when I started, Jake Bennett was a blue belt,
Right.
you know, and he was murdering me and never injuring me, but
No.
like doing things to me, and I'm like, what is happening? Like
Yes.
bow and arrow choke. I'm like, I don't even know where my
I
body
think
is
he might
right
have said
now.
that in his podcast.
I think he did.
That he was like, yeah, I used to put it on Kristen.
Yeah,
But
and
she, you know,
And I did need it because
Right,
I was
yeah.
like, I am the toughest person in this building. Like nobody's gonna beat me. And then next thing I know, I'm all tangled up, and
Yeah.
you know, and I needed that. Like I needed my ego to just get smashed down repeatedly, and I still do some days. But it was like they let me know, like you have to show up and you have to do the things,
Yes.
or you're never going to
How
learn.
do you get better at the thing? Do the
You
thing.
just do the thing over and over.
Yeah.
I always, so like being one of the only females during that time,
Yeah.
like,
who would have been there? You, Brittany, maybe
Megan.
Gina,
not Brittany,
Megan.
Maybe Megan
Bella,
Post.
it was Brittany Galley.
Brittany Galley. Okay.
Megan Post, like
In and out.
Floated in
a
and
few
out.
times.
In and out.
And let me just tell you, like, I'm a white belt. I mean, she was probably a 4-stripe white belt or something. And she was just balls to the wall. I'm like, this lady is trying to kill me.
Yeah,
like, what's
she-
going
yeah.
on? You know who else was there? Gina
Gina, sure.
Yeah.
Gina Wheeler.
I remember Gina.
and her sister,
Yep.
who's
How about Brandy Campion?
Brandy
Yeah,
Campion,
that's
that's Gina's
Gina's
sister.
Oh, that is Gina's
Their
sister.
sisters,
That's
yeah.
right.
So like, but it was
was a
very
handful of women,
sporadic.
yeah.
Like, so a lot of the times I would be by myself, and you know, I'd get partnered with like John Schwartz. I'm like, oh, for the love of God. He's like, pass my guard. I'm like, I don't know how to. Just pass my guard. I'm like, just
do it.
Oh, God.
I don't, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
but
give me
it-
excuses. Give me solutions.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
He's like, just do it.
Just do it. Yeah.
Okay.
That's that Marine mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't give me excuses, Kristen. Just make it happen.
Or
Yeah.
like
Do it.
Big Kev neon belly.
Big
I'm
Kev.
like,
Yeah. Yo, he didn't care. You were 100.
how are you gonna get out of
15
this?
pounds. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm fucking not. I'm not
Yeah.
getting out of this.
And he was gigantic.
Yes.
But that's how you learn, you know, that's
Yeah.
how you kind of think, oh my God, I have to get smarter. I have to get better. And I have to be able to figure this out.
There was no easy rolls at that school.
None.
No.
At that in that era. No, there's no such thing.
No.
There was no
How-
flow rolling. There was none of that.
Yeah.
It was
Did not exist.
bell rang, you got after it. Bell rang, you stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, again, at that time, you know, like we were still training. Myself and Tyler were still training for competition.
Yes.
So we were bringing it. You were expected to come to our level and get us ready for competitions. Now I don't compete anymore, so you know we can get a flow roll in or whatever. But
Yeah.
back then it was like there's no flow roll. We're killing each other because I have to get ready for this tournament or this super match or whatever. So, how has your perspective changed on jiu-jitsu now that you're purple belt?
Purple belt, yeah.
I still don't
Purple belt,
even believe it, really. I'm like, am I a purple belt? You know, I'm in that whole imposter
Imposter
syndrome.
syndrome, yeah.
But I will say, like, my confidence is a lot higher than it was as a blue belt for some weird reason that kind of like flipped. Because I'm like, well, if Jeff thinks I'm a purple belt, I must be
interesting.
a purple belt because he's so like not hard, but like he's so stringent on like his requirements for promoting people.
Yeah. So much so
and-
that nobody knows what they are.
Nobody knows.
No, they do. He
The
talks
dumbest-
about them.
the-
He talks about them.
I talk about them. When we finally do my episode, I'll talk more about them.
Yeah, he'll expand.
Yeah. But I think what helped a lot, and not what I think, what I know what helped a lot is teaching. So to do something is one thing, but to teach
Yes.
it is just a whole other thing. And then to teach it alongside of the person who taught me, you know, it was like my mind just kept expanding with it. And so it's like, I thought teaching women was going to be like the best thing for me. But then I started teaching the kids and I'm like, oh my God, like teaching kids really expanded my game, which sounds so insane. But it's like, I was so focused on like step 1, step 2, step 3, and like 4,000 steps later. And it's like, hey, kid, just get his knees to the ground. Like just do these broad stroke movements. And so now when I go back and I'm teaching the women, I'm like, here's your goal. Your goal is to just get to the top.
Yeah.
How you do it, just do it.
Yeah.
And then we'll refine it later. But I didn't have that like broad stroke mentality when I first started. I'm like, I'm going to read everything. I'm going to learn everything. I'm going to be so good at this and I'm going to study it. And it wasn't working. I'm like, I'm under attack, in a role and everything's out the window. So like I needed those like broad strokes and like, what is the main goal here?
Right.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I didn't have that mentality before I started teaching
Concept-based teaching instead of detailed.
Yeah.
And that's something that I've been doing for years.
Yeah, me too.
When that first came out, I don't want to say when it first came out, but when it first started coming to light, there were guys like Kit Dale and Nick Grigoriadanis, however you say his name, that were popularizing that.
Yes.
And I already had a whole ton of videos on YouTube about that subject.
You did, yeah.
Yeah.
They're still on there.
And they're still on there. And somebody had come across it and I think shared it with like Kit Dale and Kit shared it and reshared it. And it was like
50,000
viral
views.
and but yeah, sometimes you'll still do that where you're like, why don't we teach the kids this tonight? And then I give you that look where I go, and you go, yeah, that's probably not what we're teaching them tonight.
And it's amazing to me how well, and I don't teach kids, but I listen to you guys teach kids. When I travel with other instructors, I hear their stories about teaching kids. It translates so well to adult learning.
It does.
We tell cops, like sometimes you take a move like, and I'm talking about someone who's never done jiu-jitsu before a day in their life, and you teach them the elbow escape or the emergency escape.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot of moves, right? You know how they teach the kids that in some places? Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Put them in the guard.
Yep.
So when you see the cops and you're explaining these steps and they're looking at you like you could tell,
Right.
They're over. You go like
It's
this,
too much.
guys, turn on your side 3 times. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Put them in the guard.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I could do that. Yep.
I just had this with a private I had with 2 women, and I had mentioned it to Jeff. I'm like, I have to teach them, how to escape when they can't, essentially. Like they can't trap and
The
roll.
emergency escape.
Yeah.
And he was like, backstrap and and like everything that I'm supposed to be able to teach them. And they were like, we don't know where our legs are. I don't know which pair of legs are mine. I'm like, okay. So what we're going to do is you're just going to move whatever is in your way, move it out of the way. And
Figure out what's in your way and move it.
and move it. And they're like, oh, it makes so much more sense.
That makes more sense.
What's in the way? I couldn't tell you how many times I say that to people. What's in the way?
What's in the way?
I do that all the time
Move
with
it.
the kids.
Go around it.
What
Go
do I say
over
about
it. Go under it.
What do I say about guard passing?
Yeah.
I don't pass guards.
Yeah.
I don't do guard passes.
No, I
just
pass guards. Right.
That's it. I don't do guard passes. I just pass guards. What crossover similarities do you see between being a language arts teacher and that's the proper term for it, language arts teacher,
Not English.
Language arts.
Language arts.
and
It's a fancy school district.
jiu-jitsu?
There's a ton, it's error analysis for one, like we just talked about, what you need to be able to fail in order to succeed. And a lot
Absolutely.
of children these days are missing that. So, you set parameters, you scaffold things, but you have them struggle a little bit. It's called like productive struggling.
Oh my God, I just used that in one of my courses.
Did you?
I heard that from
Productive struggling?
Bernardo Figueiredo is the first instructor that I taught with that he lets them go and figure it out on their own.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to teach them everything about it.
Right.
Let them make mistakes. And he used that term. I wrote it down.
Yeah.
But that was the first time
It's
I heard it.
big-
But it's interesting
it's a
that
big
you had the
term
same strategy. Yeah.
in education, and it definitely translates
Productive struggle.
to jiu-jitsu, because you can't give a kindergartner a novel and be like, here, read this.
Right.
No.
They're done. Just like you can't give a white belt the emergency escape and say, here, do these 15,000 steps.
Right.
And it's like, just get out, just figure out how to get out, and then we'll go back and we'll like deconstruct it and figure out a better way to do it. Oh, I love that you did this. Here's a better way to do it, or here's what I like to do. I steal that from you all the time. I'm like, I love that you're doing that, but here's what works for me.
Here's a suggestion.
Here's another way to go about
Yeah,
that.
you don't want to be like, no, and stop
Right.
that.
Wrong.
Or are you stupid or
And
whatever.
that was a big thing when
Error
I
correction.
was in starting. Like I was always like a really good student. I was a really good kid. Like I didn't get in trouble or yelled at. And so like when somebody's yelling at me, like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. know, and it gives me like anxiety. Like even when you walk around the room now, I'm like, can you please stop watching me? And you're like, it's literally my job.
Yeah,
to
Literally
watch
my
you.
job
literally
is
what
to
I'm
watch
supposed to
you.
be
I'm
doing.
like, but I'm nervous that you're going to yell at me.
Yes.
So I don't like to do that to other people, you know, so I'm trying
yeah.
to build their confidence. Like, oh, so good. Like you're doing so great. And just kind
Making
of like,
deposits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, I mean, and we are psychologically wired for productive struggling.
yeah.
Yes.
And parents, not all parents, but there are parents who don't allow children to have that experience.
I know.
They don't allow it. You know, from the caveman days, you know, it was, the evolution was, you know, you suckled on the teat, you crawled, you got up, you tried to take a step, you fell down, they grunted at you, you got up again. You know, and you see these parents, like the kid falls down, they rush over, oh baby. And now the kid doesn't learn to walk until they're 3.
Right.
You know, or the kid's 5 and he's not potty trained.
Yeah.
You're like, what do you mean your kid's not potty trained?
Right.
They're 5. Like, come on. So it's, you got to let your kids struggle. Now that doesn't mean you just
Absolutely.
throw them in the pool and watch them drown, but there's a
Right.
point at which like you just got to let them go.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
And then just, you know, having the confidence to know you're right there
Right.
when they're struggling
Yeah.
and you're going to help them through it. But let's see what you can do. Let's see how far
Yes.
you can get.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
100%.
I think that translates into everything, really.
I just asked this question of Alan. What makes a great teacher? Qualities that make a great teacher.
I think empathy is number one.
Ooh, neither Alan nor I mentioned empathy.
Well, we mention all the time in our courses. He didn't bring it up, but yeah, but that's pretty advanced.
Empathy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty advanced.
For me, at least, you know, if you don't care about the people in front of you and all of their different things that they're going through, they're going to pick up on that. They're going to know, and they're
Yes.
not going to buy into whatever you're selling them. You know,
Exactly right.
I'm trying to teach them, you know, really advanced things, and if they don't think I care, they're not going to care.
Right.
And so I try to instill that in them, you know, very early on in the school year, and you know, build the rapport, and just try to let them know, like, I'm on your side.
Yes.
You know, we all have bad days. I have bad days, you know, but the bad days can't affect the rest of the class. And, you know, it's kind of like a testament to myself, and I never really give myself compliments. So to say it sounds a little cheesy, but like, I don't have classrooms where people are like flipping desks and doing like really crazy things, because I've put in the work and in the foundation of building them up and letting them know, hey, we can solve this in here. I don't have to send you,
Right.
you know, out there, and they know I
Yes.
have their back. And there's not a lot of that, I guess, because it's hard to build relationships with 30 kids, you know,
Yeah.
but you have to do it. And once you do it, the rest of the year is pretty easy. But I mean, easy is not the right word.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
going to say less challenging.
Less challenging.
Less
for sure.
challenging.
And that's not to say, like, you know, teachers who have kids like flipping chairs, like, obviously that's not something that is their fault. But going in with an open mind, being empathetic, you know, these kids come from all different backgrounds, and, you know, you just have to be a little in tune to what they're dealing with.
Yeah, and that's such a missing link at that empathy. It's just natural human behavior, right? Everybody, there's a couple of quotes that I've learned recently that really hit home with me as far as the instructor in me. And one of them is Howard Steele told me something one time, and he said, "What we learn in joy, we don't soon forget."
Yeah.
And that was such an impactful statement. Like, yeah, if you're having fun and it's a positive environment,
Yeah.
you're going to retain that information instead of, like you said, oh my God, who's going to yell at me next? Your brain's in
Right.
so many different,
Yeah,
it's in self-defense mode that you
Right.
can't retain the information they're trying to teach you.
exactly.
And then another quote that I heard, it's from Henner, and he says, "You'll never be able to influence someone who doesn't like you."
No. Yeah,
And that is so
true.
powerful.
So true.
Yes.
If you just walk around, you know what I mean? And people are like, look at this guy. It doesn't matter if you have the most important information in the world. You're not going to influence that person because they just don't like you.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
You know, and that's the missing link for a lot of instructors.
Yeah.
You know, there's the standard mistake that which is Alan touched on it, and it comes from a good place. But the biggest, I would say, the most common mistake for an instructor is they want to give you too much too soon, and it comes from a good place. I have this life-saving technique. I want to give it to you right now. I want to give it all you at once,
Yeah.
but it just spews out like they fire hose people instead of breaking it down, right? So that's the most common mistake. But I would say that, you know, like you're touching on a more like advanced level of instruction and teaching is like you have to have that empathy and that care and like make deposits with people. I'm on your side.
Yeah.
I'm here to help you. You know, I'll never understand when another student, or I'll even hear instructors say this. They'll take a white belt who's struggling with someone and they'll say, "Don't do that."
Yeah, I know.
And I think I want to pull that person aside and say, "Don't tell him that anymore."
Right.
Yes.
And they're going to be like, "Why not? He shouldn't be doing that." I'm like, he doesn't know what else to do.
Right.
It's your job to arm him with the information so he doesn't do that anymore.
Exactly.
If that's all he knows how to do, let him do it. It's productive struggle.
Exactly.
And then it's your job to teach him what to do instead of doing that.
Right.
Don't just say, "Don't do that."
I always tell even my own children, because I have like my one daughter, she's like a perfectionist, and like if she doesn't get something right away, she's like pissed off. And I'm like, mistakes are information. So
Yes.
what you're telling me is that you don't quite get this right now, but the key word is right now. Like, you know, we're going to work through it. And that's how I kind of go, you know, my teaching philosophy is like, it's okay to make mistakes.
Yes.
You're not going to learn by just getting everything right.
No.
And I think in reverse, how jiu-jitsu has affected my teaching is like the awareness and the body, like being able to read body language and things like that. So like when I see somebody who's like, you know, at their desk and their knees going, I'm not going to, you know, yell at them to take their hood off. They're having some issues over here,
Right.
you know, like that's not my battle right now. Like they're here. And when they seem a little less agitated, maybe I'm like, hey, you know, when you're done, you know, can you take your hood off? Like, you know, I don't really care about stuff like that. Or like if they didn't have their pencil, and I could see there's something wrong, you know, just by reading their body language. Do you need a pencil? Like, not like, where's your pencil? You didn't go to that. And it's just like setting off like this big explosion. So jiu-jitsu has taught me how to read body language a lot better than if I was just not in it. So I think they both kind of like ping pong off each other.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we see that with the kids on the jiu-jitsu mat where you're all day you're reading body language and, you know, why is this kid acting out? Oh, it's because he just needs to focus. He's got a little ADHD and he just needs 30 seconds off to the side of the mat to bring that focus in.
Yeah.
Rather than just yelling and yelling and yelling. Hey, pay attention, pay attention. Here's the consequence of not paying attention.
Right.
You're getting removed for 30 seconds from what you're enjoying. Mm-hmm. So now you don't enjoy standing against the wall, but you do enjoy being on the mat. So now you understand, oh, I have to not be a savage.
Yeah.
Have to pay attention, you know, just little things like that. Or,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes we won't play a certain game. All the kids want to play the game, but they didn't really behave enough to earn the game. You know, like, guys, we're not playing this game today because
You're a little more of a
know,
stickler in that.
yeah, you're a softie. You're a softie.
I am just such
What do
a
you guys
sucker.
go? Good cop, bad cop on the kids?
Basically, yeah. But, they're just so precious. I love the kids.
The kids are rewarding.
Yeah.
Particularly like when you see a kid make a breakthrough.
Oh, for sure.
You know, from being so scared on the side of the mat and, you know, every 5 to 10 minutes running off to see mom and dad. Where's mom and dad? I got to see them right now.
Yeah.
To then becoming active throughout a whole class, to then becoming one of the top kids in the class, to then becoming, you know, down the road, a teacher.
Yes.
You know, like an assistant instructor and stuff. You know, like we've seen that with Jacob come up through the ranks. You know, and you've seen that. We've
Maddie
seen that
Leslie.
with Maddie Leslie, and you know, to some extent, like Mason and Jessica, where they're more involved and they help things and what have you. From I guess, what's a tool that you use in your classroom or on the mat, doesn't matter, when you see a kid struggling to learn something? Like, how do you give them the confidence to bring them along? Like, do you have like a certain little tool you use, a trick you use?
I mean, it's kind of all individualized, you know, it's depending on, like, I have to meet them where they're at. You know, you get kids in 5th grade that can't read.
Sure.
It's not how it used to be. Like, you know, you would have to be able to read to get to 1st grade. And now it's not that way. So, you know, you have to meet them where they're at, and whatever that, you know, however that progresses or shows, your scaffolding, maybe you're giving them a little shorter of a passage to read, or maybe, luckily with technology nowadays, there's so much you can do instantly to help students. And I love technology, and a lot of language arts teachers do not. But I'm like, it's such a great tool to have on hand. I can literally give 30 different lessons, individualized lessons with the snap of my fingers.
If you know how to leverage it, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, this person can handle the novel, this person can't. Let me break down this chapter. Let's play an audio version of it. And it's just kind of like meeting them where they're at. Like, are they still understanding and comprehending the story? Yeah. Was this in a different language? This was in a 5th grade language. This was in a 2nd grade language. But did they still get the concept? Yeah. And then it's pulling those scaffolding back as they kind of learn and progress.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I use that term a lot. Scaffolding.
Yes.
We use that with the cops.
Yeah, it's in our program.
Yeah, it's in our program. Scaffolding learning. So in my brain, so we have our Untouchable program. You're wearing the shirt right now.
Yes.
Untouchable, NEPA.
That's a cool logo. I keep telling you that. I wish we had that.
They complain about it because there's a little side boob in it.
We don't love the side.
I think that's pec, by the way. That's a pectoral.
I've been asked to change the logo, and I will. I'm agreeing on camera to change the logo. There is a little side boob.
You don't wait. Didn't you design that logo?
No.
Oh,
Brian Marks designed that.
Oh, okay. I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I
It pops.
love
It definitely pops.
But
I just want to get rid of the side
we just
boob.
not
That's
have
it.
the side boob.
Yeah, it's okay.
We're not
So
training
you're
with
saying
side boobs.
So you're saying that the tank top could be a little bit better fit.
Yeah,
That's all.
Yeah,
A
that's
little more
it.
modest.
Yeah,
All right.
a little more modest. So
I mean, throw a T-shirt on her, maybe.
I got to be honest. I never noticed the side boob until you just told me about it.
I didn't either.
All the
When
girls did.
All the
Of course,
women did. They came to me collectively and
Of
were like,
course.
"Can we change this up a little bit?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure,
Can we make
no
her
problem."
a little less sexy? We're not
Well,
about that life.
Well,
if I'm being honest, that does not scream that's not a sex logo. I think it's trying to show that she's very muscular and strong.
Well,
That's what I
Thank
look
you.
at. It's
That's
not
what
like it's
we're
the
going
front view with a
for.
V-neck. You know what I mean? It's not a cleavage
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah.
She's not on
very
Instagram
muscular.
in booty shorts showing a triangle.
Yeah.
I hate that. I know. We
very
just talked about
athletic.
that last
Yeah.
podcast. That's my pet peeve with jiu-jitsu.
Right.
So we were doing a lot of women's self-defense stuff, and then when and how. Because in my brain, I have it's one way where I just said, you guys are doing this. But
pretty much.
Brittany, Kristen, you're teaching women now,
that's it.
Which is probably
Figure
pretty
it out.
close to how it happened.
Yeah.
But what was the transition like from being a student in the women's only classes that were being run and workshops and everything to taking the assistant role and then ultimately being handed the reins of saying, hey, you're in charge now. I'm going to only be here when absolutely required.
Yeah. It was nerve-wracking at first because Brittany and I, as much as we know, and we know a lot of jiu-jitsu. We were like, can we do this? Why is he letting us do this? And we had our first class or our first seminar, I guess it was called. And you were there, and I'm like, I'm not going to do good with him here. I can't even park
She's
my
like, "Get
car with people watching me, and he's going to be listening to me talk and do all the things. But it worked. We made it work, and as we did it, and as we got more comfortable, it got better. But at first, it was oh my God, do I even know the triangle? It was constant second guessing myself.
Yeah, a little self-doubt.
And then once you're oh my God, I can teach the triangle in my sleep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And to your point, that's the path I usually take with people who are going to be instructing a class, where it's, hey, listen, I want you to assist me in this workshop, or hey, I want to use you as my uke for the class, all class, and and then I might hit them with the okay, Chuck, your turn, now you got to show the move or something like that, or it's and then eventually hey, you're going to teach the class. I'm going to be here. You're going to teach the class.
Yeah.
And then I give feedback hey, when you're teaching this move, that maybe talk about it this way, or do this or do that, and just suggestions. It's not like you have to do this,
Right.
but just suggestions on how to be a better communicator of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Because again, you might be able to do it, but we have to be able to communicate it.
Yeah.
And then I stop being on the mat.
Yeah.
because people will look to me.
Yeah,
it
it
doesn't
makes a big
matter.
difference.
If I'm on the mat, and it does not matter, it still happens. If I'm on the mat at a 9:30 session, or we're doing a super seminar, black belt blueprint, and Crow's showing something, or Tyler's showing, if I'm on the mat, people look to me. Is what he's showing right? They don't say that, but
they look at you. They watch your
they
reaction.
look at me.
Yeah.
Right. And now that's detracting from your authority
Yeah.
as the instructor of that class.
Right.
So I step away. Now, I won't be far away. You can, you know, it's like I'm in the office or whatever, and it's like, Jeff, we need you for a second, or can you do a clarification, or you call me later. It's like, hey, you know, don't call me, text me. Hey, you know, I'd like to talk to you next training session about blah, blah, blah. Great, no problem. But it is that, like, but in my brain, I was just like, you two, you're teaching, go. You know?
Yeah.
But there was a path. There was a path.
Yeah.
And you touched on the fear of it, like, oh my God, do I even know how to teach a triangle? Do I, you know, this and this? What about from the other side of the coin, the women who are coming in? Like, what apprehensions do you see from women coming in for the first time?
Oh, so we have a lot of different ranges. You know, we have the teenagers that are coming in just to kind of like be active and, you know, just have like some cool moves. And then we have some, you know, women that have been assaulted and been victimized.
We had an incident once. Remember the girl had the breakdown?
Yeah. And that wasn't the only one. Like there
there
has
have been others.
been others where they're like, can I take a break from this? And it's like, of course. And that, you know, same with teaching, you kind of have to meet them where they're at. Like, okay, does this feel uncomfortable when we're doing this? How about if I just put my hands on your shoulders? And it's kind of just like making them feel safe again, because at some point, you know, they were violated in some way. So it's just, it's a lot when you think about it, like all of these women coming from different backgrounds and different scenarios and different things like that. But the biggest thing I get when they leave is like, that was so fun.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, thank
Back to Howard
like,
Steele's quote.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Something
it's
learned to
like,
enjoy.
Yep.
they come in thinking this is going to be like this very intense. And then you have me being like a total goofball and Brittany making fun of me. And, you know, it's like we're playing, but we're learning, you know.
You're learning and joy.
Learning and joy.
Yeah, and we understand that there may be women who are coming to learn jiu-jitsu because of trauma, because of past trauma.
Yeah.
And we embrace that, because I will, and I'll debate anybody on this. There's people who say there shouldn't be such thing as a women's only class or a women's only open mat. Women should train with men. They're more likely to be attacked by men.
Yeah, you're right.
You know,
but guess what?
You are right on all of those accounts. But how do you tell a woman who is a survivor of a sexual assault that you are going to be paired up with a 225-pound man for your first class?
Right.
That's not going to happen. She's not going to stick around, and she's never going to learn the valuable skill that she so badly needs.
And that's the broad picture. It's like, what is the goal? Is the goal to make this person comfortable enough to keep coming back?
Yes.
Or is the goal to show her you're so much stronger
Right.
than
I'm
me?
so much more dominant than you.
And, you know, like they'll say all the time, like men will say, like, oh, you know, men are most likely to attack. Well, no shit.
Right.
But I can't teach men to not attack. So I'm going to go the avenue that I can, and I'm going to teach women how to have confidence and how to have a backup plan.
Right.
And I can't do that when they're, you know, underneath a 250-pound man.
Correct.
I'm going to do it in a way that's comfortable, that has humor behind it, that, you know, we're playing and learning and they feel safe. Because at some point they did not, and
Right.
Yes.
it's so important.
It's a scaffolding approach, and we see it. I could name every woman in the women's class.
Yeah.
Right. We see it. They come in for a workshop. They do the 2 weeks free in the women's only class.
Yes.
They do the 2 weeks free for the women's only class. Then they join the women's only class. Then they hear you guys talking about the co-ed classes. They join the self-defense 6 p.m. class. Very mute, very tame, very user-friendly. Then they move to the 7 o'clock class, and they're rolling with men.
When they're ready.
When they're ready.
Yeah.
And that could take 3 months. That could take 3 years. We
Right.
don't know. But the thing is, they're moving towards that. So to just say, you should roll with men from day one and
Yeah.
women's
And what's the
women's only
alternative?
classes, or,
That happens and they quit.
right, they quit.
Who are you
And then
helping now?
that's it, yeah.
Again, what are you doing with your jiu-jitsu?
Right.
Who are you helping now?
It's
No
such a
one.
Neanderthal way of thinking, and it's just like, what your job is to teach people jiu-jitsu.
Isn't Neanderthal?
Bro,
I don't think it is.
It's Neanderthal.
It's Neanderthal, but I like your
I'm
style.
going to argue with you.
I like your
Just
style.
like it's a sugar blade.
It's a sugar blade.
He told us
still
the
did not.
omoplata. He told us.
No,
in
it's
class.
what you heard. It's
How
not
do you
what
say
I
this
said.
word? Tree.
Tree. Tree.
How do you say this word? Three.
Tree.
Tree. Yeah, you're in
my
the greater Pittston area. It's the same
It's
way.
Neanderthal. It's not.
No,
thal.
it is not.
We're
You
gonna find
are
out
a
after this
Neanderthal
pod.
by saying it that way.
We're gonna find out. There was another word recently where I was right, so Plus, I once used circumvent, and somebody
you
had to
also
look it up.
used matriculate.
Matriculate.
Oh,
Yes,
I like that one.
Matriculate.
But anyways,
Where were we going with that?
We were going with the-
sidelined.
No, basically,
You're basically
yeah.
sidelined.
No,
That's
she
what's
was
happening.
saying
I
that,
just couldn't get
like,
over it.
to teach women. You don't know anybody's story when they walk on the
Yes.
mat. And I'll go so far as to say it's not just women.
It's not just
it's
women.
not. No.
I learned that out the hard way actually when I was it was a 7 p.m. class. I didn't know a few of the people there. And this like very tall person was my next role. And it was something like, just keep him in mount. And so he was underneath me. I was mounting him. And I was like kind of mother milking the situation because I was just being me. And the kid was like tapping like out. And I'm like, are you okay? Like, is everything all right? I didn't realize the kid was like 13.
Oh yes.
And he was a child.
Because he's like 6
but
foot.
he's huge.
Big
And
kid,
I
yeah.
was like,
Yes.
oh my God.
Yeah, I remember you almost threw yourself off a bridge.
I know.
that
I'm like,
night.
I might not come back.
Yeah.
Like, this is so embarrassing.
Yeah.
And like, then I heard his voice. He's like, I'm sorry, I just got like very scared. I couldn't breathe. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm
Yeah, you
the
don't know.
worst. I am the
Yes.
worst.
Don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. Maybe they got beat as a child. Maybe they, and now they're coming to. Maybe they're getting, even as an adult, you get bullied. Maybe they're getting
Right.
bullied
Right.
on the work. So you don't know.
Maybe they're in the
Yeah.
military.
military. Sure.
And they have some situations from that.
PTSD,
You don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. It
Yeah,
could be- it
I
could
mean,
be
you have
anybody.
to create an environment where everybody feels safe. But we're specifically talking women's self defense.
Yeah,
Women have to feel comfortable to train.
for sure.
How about? I'll use the same one I used for Alan, but I'm going to use a different one. I'm going to use two. What's a misconception about women in combat sport that you would wish would go away?
Ugh, where do I begin?
The utter
This is going to be good.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so
turn up your volume.
Yeah.
here we go. A lot of times when somebody's like, oh, you train jiu-jitsu, and they're like, but you couldn't beat me. And I'm like, well, you're right. That's why I train jiu-jitsu.
Right.
You numbnuts. Like, of course I can't beat you. You're a full-grown male. Like, if you punch me in the face, I'm probably going to get knocked out or at least knocked to the ground.
Yes.
And that is why I train jiu-jitsu, because I want to even the playing field. But in the same sense, like, I'm not getting punched in the face because of jiu-jitsu too. Like nobody's getting close enough to punch me in the face, And so they're always like, you think you're tough. And I do. But it's like, you think you're tough and you could beat up men. And I'm like, well,
There's some.
sometimes.
Some men.
But like, I'm realistic. If a man attacks me, in the street or in an alley or something, like 9 times out of 10, that man's going to win. But
Training to survive.
yeah, like I know how to survive an attack. I can get through it. I might not win the fight,
Yeah,
but I'm
it depends
going
on what your
home.
definition of win is.
Right.
Well,
Surviving
exactly,
is winning.
Exactly.
Surviving
And,
the fight is winning the fight.
you have these, again, I was born and raised in West Side, so you have these like, oh,
Well, everybody in West Side is a black belt in toughness.
Yeah.
Everyone.
including myself. Including
A lot
myself.
of ILS, invisible latch
Oh,
syndrome.
invisible latch syndrome. Yes, they all see
ILS.
red. They could all knock somebody out with one
this
punch.
is my hometown.
They've
We
all
can't-
had. Hey, I'm a West Side kid.
Yeah.
I can say whatever I want about West Side.
I mean,
I'm a West
I'm
Side kid.
also that shit talking, tough mentality.
They're 100-0 in the streets.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro,
I don't need jujitsu because I'm a punch.
I grew
I'm a
up with
fighter.
you. You've never been in a fight a day in your life. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
But it's just like, you have no clue. You have no clue. Like, I dare you to swing at
Right.
me.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I dare you.
Yes. Yeah.
But it took me a while to get. I mean, I've always had this like false confidence, but now I'm like, please.
Yeah.
I wish a mofo would.
Yes.
So what are these misconceptions other than
So
that?
yeah, I mean, the misconception is like women are the weaker gender and they'll never beat a man in a fight, and it's like, well, no shit. We all know that. That's nature.
That's not what
you know
you're
what
training
I mean?
for, yeah.
Yeah, you're training so that you can survive. You have a chance. You're becoming a hard target, and that's like the biggest one for me. It's like, why even bother? Oh, well, I don't know. Maybe teach your sons not to attack
Not to be
women.
predators.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to. We have no choice but
There's
to.
no
to
choice. It's
train.
your reality. Yes. The reality is women have to know how to defend themselves.
Yes.
Because we're never teaching men not to be predators.
No.
And that's so sad.
I know it is.
It's so sad. And
It's the human race.
it's just unbelievable. I mean, well,
You're never going to have a human race without war.
yeah.
Sorry. Not
I
going
mean,
to
they're
happen.
called predators for a reason.
We're not going to see it
Yeah.
in our lifetime.
I mean, well, look out because my little daughters. We are teaching them the ways.
Yeah.
Your sons will learn, my friends. So that I think is the biggest misconception. It's like you're training to be tough, and it's like no, I'm training because you guys are predators.
Yeah.
And not like not you guys, but like
Not
and
you
the
specifically.
majority of men are great, I'm sure. But it's
I'm
like
sure you sound like it.
We are. The
You know.
I'm
majority
sure
of
there's
men
some
are
out there.
great.
there's the few and far between that are just going to take advantage, and you have to be ready.
Yeah.
You have to be ready.
Yes.
What's the alternative?
What is the alternative? I don't know.
That's what I always say. Well, you think she could really do that? Or you think this is really going to work for a 120-pound officer? And I say, if it's a question where I say, what's the alternative?
Yeah.
Show me what would.
Right.
Yeah, show me your answer.
Show me your answer. Right. Yes.
We'll do that. If
Yeah.
it's better than my answer, we'll do that.
yes.
Or like get a gun. Like if I have
Oh
a
my God.
gun, I'm getting shot with my own gun.
Yes.
Like I don't know how
Yes.
to work
Yeah.
a gun. Even if I practice, like how am I getting it out in time? Like what am I doing? Like, and it's
You have
just
to be
like,
proficient with it. Yeah.
right. And it's just like anything else. You need practice, and like I don't have practice with that. And like, yeah, gun's great if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But like knowing me, it's going to be stuck in the holster or whatever you put it in, and I'm going to end up being shot with it. You know. So
And here's
it's
the
like,
thing, and again, ruffling feathers, because I like to. I ruffled someone I had known for many, many years, and she became very proficient markswoman. And I told her that gun would never save her life in a million years because an attack is an ambush.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're never getting that out.
Yeah.
I'm going to grab you from behind, choke you unconscious. You're never getting that. I don't care if you're holstered in the front, whatever. It doesn't matter.
I guess it depends on the attack.
It depends on the attack. Yeah, if I'm running at you across a football field yelling, I'm about to,
gonna
have
kill you,
intercourse
yeah.
with you or kill you, then yes, that gun's going to help you. But that's not how an attack happens.
right.
I walk up on you in a dark alley, you never saw me coming, I punch you in the face.
Right.
I choke you unconscious, I strangle you. I get you in a position where you're vulnerable and then attack. That's how an attack happens. So firearms are great. I think you should learn how to use a firearm, but you should learn how to use defensive tactics too.
Sure.
Well, if anything else, it's teaching you the ability to not freeze. Which is kind of like that fight or flight. It's fight, flight, or
Yes.
freeze.
Yes.
And women have that, that freeze.
Yes.
I mean,
Freeze,
men
yes.
and women. And, it's learning to not freeze, learning to rely on your, muscle memory to do something, to react so that you're not stuck in these situations and the worst thing ever is going to happen to you. It's learning, that there's an alternative. You have a plan here and,
Yeah.
it might not be the prettiest plan and you might not be the best at it, but at least you're fighting back and you have alternatives.
You're
to,
developing reflexes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. I would say like one of the big misconceptions I would love to remove, like if I could use an Aladdin wish, which Genie was the villain, by the way, in Aladdin. He was not a good guy.
You're right.
I could do a whole podcast on that.
He's a big Disney guy.
So weird.
I know. It's okay though. A big misconception is that it's sexual.
Jiu-Jitsu?
That jiu-jitsu is sexual.
Oh, God.
Yes.
It
Yeah, where
depends on who's
people-
talking about
People
it.
are like,
I think they're projecting their own views.
Yeah, that's weird.
well, that's what it is. Oh, you roll around with guys.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I get it.
I would
Okay.
never let.
Yeah.
I would
Oh,
never
look at
let.
this guy.
I would never let my wife do that. I would never let my girlfriend. Really? Kid,
Yeah.
Why? You don't love her? You don't want her to be safe and
I
feel
get what
protected.
you're
And
saying.
No.
like
He'll protect her.
he'll
That
protect.
guy will
Sure, that
protect
guy.
her.
Well, he's from West Side, so.
Yeah.
But it's like
We're not talking about specific
They
people.
think
We're
like
not isolating a geographical area.
they think like they think,
careful.
They see a jiu-jitsu girl and they think like she's sleeping with everybody in the gym.
Yeah,
now, does that
that's-
happen? Sure, it does. There's some skanky women around jiu-jitsu, but 99.9% of women are there to learn how to be safe, and it's just part of the journey. And there's nothing.
It could be fitness.
Right.
It
I'm
could be
not
safety.
rolling with. I just talked when we were talking with Alan. I said the first time I ever rolled with a woman, I underestimated her, and I was fighting for my life within
Yeah.
30 seconds. So like, I'm not thinking about, oh, she's hot and look at how she looks in her gi. Like, no,
so
I'm thinking
weird.
about like, hey, don't get arm lock, don't get triangle, don't do this and don't do that. But yeah, that would be my thing. I would like to remove
Yeah.
people's
I mean, I
misconception.
guess if you isolate it and you see like a woman like mounting a man, and like in just isolation, you might,
Without context.
right? But like, I'm trying to kill this guy. Like, the last thing
Yeah.
I'm thinking about is like anything else but trying to murder him.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's just it's insanity to me, and
so
that's the trend. Because I was going to
cringy.
say, I'll ask you first. What trend in jiu-jitsu would you like to get rid of? You already know my answer because I asked Alan this. What trend in jiu-jitsu would you like to get rid of?
Oh my goodness, what trend in jiu-jitsu? A pet peeve of mine is like the like sexy videos and like
Bam. Yes.
That's what he said.
the weird rash guards or like the booty shorts. Like, can we not?
Yes.
Can we
I don't
not
need to see a mounted
sexualize
triangle of you.
this? Like,
This
can
is
we
why-
have anything
right.
that's pure?
Yes.
Like,
And this is why that husband is going, I'd never let my wife train jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
I saw an Instagram video and this girl was in booty shorts and she had a guy in a mounted triangle and was sitting on his face.
But those people are not really trying to show jujitsu. They're trying to get
They're
likes
trying to get likes
I
and
know.
and followers.
But it gives it a bad name.
sponsors.
It gives
really
it a bad
does.
name, right? And that if that's somebody's baseline context of it, then
Right.
of course you don't want your wife or daughter to go train that. Of course.
Yeah.
I think
so
that's
stop
why,
that trend.
like,
Stop sexualizing
It's,
jiu-jitsu.
our gym is so good with that. Like, even your little like emails that you'll send out, like, "Hey guys, just so you know, you have to wear shorts,
Shorts over your spats.
like, you
Right.
need no tank tops."
Yeah.
It's just like, don't be a creep,
Right,
Don't
just,
be
yeah,
cringy,
don't
like
be-
girls
yeah.
and boys, like just be normal.
Yes.
That the trend that is if we're staying around videos, and that's not necessarily that one, but what drives me, I talk about this with you all the time, and you hate it too. What drives me crazy, because you're never going to stop your student base from watching videos.
Never.
Technique fake. Never. It's never going to happen. Don't say you can't learn like that on Instagram. Yes, you can. I've learned moves on Instagram.
Yep.
Right.
You
Yep.
understand?
Yes.
But you have to have a filter.
Yeah.
And what drives me berserk, and it's happening more and more, is there'll be an Instagram video or a video technique where the move has 17 steps,
Yeah.
but the person they're doing on it hasn't
Doing
moved
nothing.
a muscle.
Yeah, that's
Like you hit them with a
crazy.
freeze gun.
Yeah.
And like, then I'm going to do this, boom, boom. And the person's like stuck in turtle and they haven't moved in 17 seconds and then tap. What?
I mean, like all the videos that beep, 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 beep puts out.
Hold on, I got that button. Wait, you could say it if I'm ready. Wait, I got to find it. All right, you could say it. The videos that what? Oh, never mind. Forget it. It's too dangerous.
Too dangerous.
Why?
No, whatever. My point is,
edit it out.
I'm not,
just drives me
I'm not naming names. But my point is, that's not realistic.
No.
So you do, again, just like the people with the booty shorts are doing it.
Yeah.
They're doing it for another reason. It's
I
not.
know.
It's not for jujitsu. It's to sexualize the content and get the likes and the followers. The people that are doing that fancy move with the frozen person.
Yeah.
That's to promote their jujitsu. Look at how fancy this move is, so you can come here and train and learn this fancy move. When they know, everybody knows that would never work on a person who's awake.
Right.
You understand? Because they
Yeah.
would move.
Right.
I hate that. It drives me nuts.
Yes.
Did you actually see the ad Show Your Roll just put out?
No, I
With
don't
the-
think so.
Oh my God, they got so much hate. It was a girl in a rash guard with no bra on.
Oh.
So like her nips were all pointing
No
out.
way.
And everybody, I don't know why they did it, but there was so much backlash. They're like, can you stop sexualizing?
There should be.
And it was
rightfully so.
multiple pictures. Like,
Yeah, but do you think the other camp is going to come in? Like, why are you saying we have to wear bras? Like, are we going to get the no bra crew
I
now
don't
come
think-
in and
I
then we're going to
didn't
have a gang
see
war?
it I didn't see it go that in depth, but it was just like, can we not? Like, we're not selling lingerie. Like,
Right.
we're
Was
selling
it that blatant?
Oh, it was blatant. It was
I
blatant.
didn't even see
I
it.
didn't see
You'll
it.
have
Was
to-
it going on social media?
Yeah, it was on
I
Instagram.
didn't see that.
And even
That surprises me because they're a very professional.
I
And they've been around a
Yeah.
long time.
I know.
Big in the
I
jiu-jitsu
was
game.
very shocked.
I just bought a shoyogi.
Well, now you got to burn it.
Now
I
you
wear a
have to
rash
burn
guard
it.
under it. though.
Yeah, I wear a rash guard
Make sure
under
you put your
With my bra.
With your bra.
Actually, Craig Jones did like a mock photo shoot of it, and he had like
He's great. I
things
love him.
underneath his shirt.
He is one of my favorites. He's
He's
so
so great.
good. He says what he wants and he's unapologetic about it and he's funny and he calls you out on your
And he's no
on your
dummy.
BS and
And he's good.
he's not a dummy.
He's no dummy. He knows he
no
makes the
dummy.
money he makes off that comedy.
Yeah.
He doesn't mean everything he says either.
No, he's hilarious.
He doesn't mean most of what he says, probably.
Yeah, I mean it's you're taking your anytime you're building a character for social media, you're taking your true qualities and amplifying them to 11.
Of course.
Like you're not like that all the time.
Right.
This is me amplified to 11 right now.
No, this is you. Pretty much you.
Wow.
Crazy.
So, balancing family, teaching, and jiu-jitsu. So we're not in summer anymore. We're back. We're back in the school year. I don't
Couple
want
weeks.
I don't want to talk about that until August.
I don't want to put you there, but
I mean, that's tomorrow, by the way.
tomorrow's August.
We don't talk about August. I think it balances itself because without jiu-jitsu, I couldn't be the mom that I am, and I couldn't be the teacher that I am. So it's almost like like self-care, I guess. If your back hurts, you go to the chiropractor. Like when you're stressed, or when I'm stressed, I go to jiu-jitsu, and then I'm like, none of these things matter anymore. And I'm not crying about work. I'm crying about how, Brittany caught me in the beef slicer or whatever she calls it.
Well, stop it.
The roast beef
The
stuff.
That's
roast
not.
beef slicer.
Stop it. See, we're gonna have to. Hold on. I have to use it again.
Beef.
The slicer. I don't know what you're talking about.
Isn't that
It's a roast beef slicer.
Oh my
yeah.
god, I don't want to hear about this.
It's like
anymore.
our
fat guy jiu-jitsu?
fat guy BJJ.
Oh, all right, got it.
What is it really called?
Big
Yeah,
Kev's,
I remember that.
Big
It's
Kev's
like
bread
a-
cutter. Big Kev's bread cutter
Yeah.
variation.
Okay, yeah.
He has
The
a
roast
variation
beef
on it.
slicer. Yeah.
You
He calls
are
it the
you are
roast beef
thinking about
slicer.
all sorts
You're
of
thinking
weird
about the wrong
things.
things.
No,
right
that's
now,
not.
homie.
Let's just scrap this whole episode.
Whole episode's going to
Oh,
the
that
garbage.
episode is going in the toilet.
Oh my god, that's great.
Wait,
So-
so where were we at? How do you balance? How do you
Balancing
balance?
it, right? Because you have to have a support system to
Oh,
balance
I do,
life,
and
right?
I have a great support system. My husband, my in-laws, like I don't know if they like appreciate jiu-jitsu for what it is, but they appreciate the fact that it like grounds me.
It's
and
important
it keeps
to you.
me, yeah.
Yes, it's important. They don't need to understand it. They need to understand it's important to you.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. And, they are there to watch my children. I like my children to come to class, but like I don't force them to do it yet. And it's kind of a selfish reason. It's like,
Want a
it
little
is
time
my
away.
space.
Yeah, it's your
my
time,
space.
yes.
Like I want to be able to curse and I want to be able to like be silly, and I can't do that because Mom Kristen isn't like that all the time.
Right, yes.
And so, selfishly, I kind of don't bring them all of the time.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
It'll happen.
it will once they're a little bit older.
Yeah.
But the balance, it balances itself. Like I need these things to kind of balance each other out. Without one, the other one collapses. So.
And I think a lot of family support or friend support see that, where they say like, well, you're a different person when you're training jiu-jitsu versus when you're not training jiu-jitsu, right?
Depends on the friends.
It depends on the friend. Sure, yeah, it does.
I have friends that still say I like Fat Chuck better. Like I was unhealthier. They're like, yeah, he was way funnier.
Fat Chuck. Well,
like
anybody
Fat
who's
Chuck.
fat is funny. I mean, it's the default. But having that support system that says, I want to do this. I remember like even with my own family, my parents and Tracy, they don't know what jiu-jitsu is. All they know is that their idiot son quit his job and is, going from state to state with some Brazilian guy doing God knows what, but I'm training jujitsu, but they were all supportive of it, and they were like, yeah, go chase your dream, whatever. Now, realistically, they were probably going, he's going to do this for a couple months, and then it's going to be done or whatever.
Yeah.
They didn't realize it was going to become a business and a passion and a calling, but without that support system, like Gracie NPA doesn't exist.
Right.
Like our support systems are often the unsung heroes.
Of course.
That they don't get the credit that they rightfully deserve, having a really strong support system.
Yeah, and there's value in that. Like we don't expect them to know what the combination of the arm lock, omoplata, triangle
Right.
is. But the fact that they know that it's important to us and they support us in ways where you don't have to talk technicalities with them. They don't have to be interested in jiu-jitsu, but if they still support you in your journey, that's all that we're asking for.
Yeah, like if Melissa didn't support you in your journey, are you going away for 2 weeks at a time?
No,
of course not. You got to have a support system that understands the value or the passion that we have for what we do, and we reciprocate back that to them, of course. Like, what's your passion? Okay, I'm going to support that. Whatever it is.
I hit the jackpot in that sense. They're
Yeah.
very
Where you're allowed to
supportive.
kind of
Yeah.
do that. Yes, yeah. You
sure.
get time and
is it good to work so close to the gym?
It's great.
Yeah,
great.
that's got to work, right?
Yeah. Like
For school year wise.
yeah, absolutely. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's like across the street.
Yeah. Even like after school, I'm like obviously there's no classes, but like one of my work besties, I'm like, will you come to the gym with me? And she's like, for what? I'm like, I just need to like move. I need to like do something. She's like, to beat me up. I'm like, yeah, but please.
Yeah, you come to the gym to beat, so I can beat you up. Let me see here.
You got to ask her that classic question because we're
one?
kind of on it.
Which one?
Because you asked her, she already touched on. You don't even have to ask her, but I noticed she said how jiu-jitsu helped her in teaching.
Yes.
But to give her the other side of that.
Yeah.
Because you ask a lot of people this.
Yeah. How has jiu-jitsu? No, wait.
She already talked about how jiu-jitsu helped you become a better teacher.
Yes.
But how has being a teacher helped you in jiu-jitsu?
Yes.
I mean, I think we already talked about this, but it's the same meeting them where they're at kind of mentality. It's like, but it's a little bit more fun because you can kind of like rough them up a little bit. Teaching is kind of something like you have to learn how to do. Like you can't, like, you're just not naturally a teacher. It's like you learn how to be a teacher.
We agree.
And knowing, you know, the steps it takes to get somebody to learn something or to get them to buy into something is what teaching is kind of based on. And if you don't have that kind of like background or that philosophy, it's like, I'm God, what I say goes, you listen to me, this is what you do, A, B, C, D, and that's not how it works.
No.
You know, I don't know everything about jiu-jitsu, but I know how to teach a kid how to
You don't need to know everything about it.
break fall or how to stay safe and how to let them know it's okay if they don't win every match, like when we're sparring. And I know the foundation of how to get that kid to grow and to build his confidence. And I think that goes a long way because there are a lot of teachers out there that are just kind of like, this is what it is, my word's gospel, and you're going to listen to me. And it's like, but why?
Yeah.
But why?
I've had those teachers in school and on the mat.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I just,
Same.
again, influencing. You know, whether you're a good teacher or a good teacher or a bad teacher, you influence.
For sure.
And those bad teachers made me say, I never want to be like that person.
Right.
Yeah.
Never want to be like that.
Right.
Ever. Yeah. So let's take a couple of, because now you guys have been doing the women's program for quite some time.
Yeah.
Where do you typically see a woman after 6 months of training? From the day she walked in, 6 months later, what do you see has happened to her?
I mean, it's a total transformation, really. And you see it in the advanced class. Like, we have women who started at a free seminar who are in our advanced class, which to me is just like proud mom moment. You know,
Yeah.
it's like really insane. But just the way they walk, the way they carry themselves. You know, we have a woman that comes every Sunday, and when she first started, she was like afraid to do anything. She's like, can I use the bathroom? And like, can I leave my socks on? And now she comes in and she's like, let's make t-shirts and like, let's do this. And she's so confident and like, can you like attack me? And I can see how I react. And I'm like, who are you?
Yeah.
And it's like, they just have that newfound confidence. And
Yes.
like, that's really what we're teaching. Like,
And
I need
that
you.
person was always in there. It needed to be nurtured.
Yeah.
Right.
It's really what it is. I just said that. I just said it with Alan. I said, jiu-jitsu reveals your true nature.
Yeah.
You know, if you're a dirtbag, jiu-jitsu is going to make you more of a dirtbag.
Right.
It really is.
Yeah.
Now, not in every instance, but in most instances, if you were a dirtbag and now you're really good at jiu-jitsu and you're like, I could beat everybody up, so I can be more of a dirtbag.
Yeah.
You know, now there's some dirtbags that come in and they learn jiu-jitsu and they become these great people. But that was already inside of them.
Right.
Right.
That the great person now said to the shitty person, yo, back it up. I'm coming out to light. And, you know, that the woman who came in meek, that confidence was in her. It just needed to be shown.
Right.
Yeah.
And you brought that out. And that's, you know, that's leaving a legacy. That's leaving an imprint on you know, jiu-jitsu. And the nice thing is you get to spend more time with a jiu-jitsu student over the course of their jiu-jitsu journey than you do with your fifth graders.
Yeah.
You only have your fifth graders for 180 days.
Right. That's
or whatever
true.
it is.
Yeah.
Right. So, and then they're gone.
Yeah.
Right?
You
And
might
it's like,
you might be with someone for
you might be
15
someone for
years
15,
of their
20 years where you're influencing them. And, you know, we were talking about mentoring people and, you know, how people will come to us. Why, I don't know. But outside of jiu-jitsu advice, you know, life advice, family advice, career advice, why anybody would ever ask me any of those questions is beyond me. I only know jiu-jitsu. But
Jeff
becoming
knows
a mentor.
jiu-jitsu.
So you get to become more of a mentor, I think, in your jiu-jitsu teaching journey than maybe your language arts teaching journey. Because you have them longer.
Yeah.
You can influence them longer.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's something that gets overlooked. I want to talk about, before I forget, August 16th.
Yes.
Okay, what's happening August 16th?
So we have our college edition self-protection workshop, and it's going to be at our headquarters, Gracie, NEPA. Go ahead, you can read it.
943 Oliphant Road. No, Underwood Road in Oliphant.
Road,
Sorry,
yes.
943 Underwood Road in Oliphant.
And it's open to all women 15 years and up. We kind of keep it at that age range. It's a little flexible, but, because we're going to be talking about different things like sexual assault and, it kind of gets a little heavy at some points, we want to kind of make sure they're mature enough to handle these deep discussions. But it's open to all levels. It's open to, anybody that is looking to improve their confidence, improve their physical ability, their ability to have a plan, to set boundaries, and have a little more self and social awareness. And unfortunately, college-age women are like 1 in 5 college-age women will be the victim of a sexual attack in between the ages of 18 and 24. So like they're most at risk, and there's this thing called the red zone, and it's in between the months of September and November. So like up to Thanksgiving, there's the red zone where like everybody's new and no one really knows and their faces aren't familiar yet. And this is where like more than half of the attacks happen is in these beginning months where, there's that anonymity of people, of the predators, essentially.
Yeah.
And, there's alcohol involved and they have their independence for the first time. And so it's teaching.
So many different factors.
There's just so many. And, I think there's like 5 out of 6 that go unreported. So like we probably don't have the right numbers.
No, definitely don't.
But it's important that, you not lead with fear, because that's always out there. There's always going to be bad guys.
Sure.
But lead with knowledge and letting them know, hey, you set a boundary and when it's being passed. Like, when somebody's violating that boundary. And they also learn that most assaults that happen on this age group are not these, movie scene attacks, like you're walking down an alley. It's the non-stranger attacks, and they need to know how to set the boundaries with people that they are close with.
Right.
And that is a really hard thing for women to do, because as women, we're kind of raised to be, polite and not hurt people's feelings and smile. And I throw that right out the window. Like, it is not wrong to be rude. Like, if you are rude, that's okay if it's protecting your safety.
Right.
100%.
And, it's okay to set a boundary, and it's okay to leave, and it's okay to say no at any point. It's a complete sentence.
Yeah, you hear, I was just trying to be nice.
Yeah, and it's like, no.
No, you don't have to be nice.
And sometimes being nice could be misinterpreted with flirtation or
Exactly.
consent, all kinds of things.
Yeah.
But you can't, if you're rude, and if you're rude in a self-defense type of way, you can't misinterpret that.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, 100%. And clarification, it's not just open to women who are attending college or about to attend college. We have moms and daughters who come together.
Yeah.
Their moms want to see what it's all about
Yeah.
and see what their daughters are learning and going. So, moms and daughters, sisters, younger, maybe you have a sister in high school and you're going off to college. And so it's not just the purview of college women. All women ages 15 and up are welcome.
Women's only.
Women's only.
It is women only.
And it's taught by women.
Taught by women.
Yes.
Yes. You'll see me at the desk. I'll be administrative duties.
And then we kick them out.
And then I get kicked out.
But the head instructors are yourself.
Yeah.
And
Myself
Brittany.
and Brittany.
Brittany couldn't. We wanted Brittany to be here today, but she had she had a final or something like that, a final exam.
Yeah, she'll be there. She's great. I mean, her knowledge in this is
Also
like
a
no
purple
other.
belt, yep.
Yeah. And the only real difference, I would say, from this seminar to others is we focus more on situations that happen to college-age kids, like rideshare safety and things like that.
Yeah.
So, like, where we wouldn't really focus on that just for a regular self-defense. Like we kind of add that into it, and it's kind of a big hit. Like everyone that leaves and they fill out their little,
Course
form
evaluation,
and
survey,
they're like, we love the ride share thing. Like we didn't know, that we had these options and things like that. So so
something you don't really
important.
think about. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So important. And, everybody that goes, they love it. So
Yeah. And that's coming up. What was the date again?
that's August 16th.
And then how do people register for that? And we're going to put, obviously, will be a link in the description. I'm going to put the flyer up on literally on the screen as we're talking. But
Yeah, so it's right on our website, untouchablenepa.com. You can also go to our social media sites, and it'll be the link is in the bio. And you can go right into the store and click on that course specifically. It's $25, and it's 2 hours from 12 to 2. And it's really fun. It's a really great way to bring your friends and bond with them and talk about these hard topics without, being overwhelmed and without being fearful of, all these new things that are about to happen, if you're going to college.
I would dare you to find another program that you'll learn such practical and valuable self-defense techniques for 2 hours for $25. Because it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
There's no way. And it's easy for me to say that because, obviously I train at that school and but just I would be shocked if anybody had a different opinion after come to that.
Yeah.
You could charge 4 times as much and it would be worth it. You understand?
Yeah.
So $25, in my opinion, for what they're going to learn in that 2 hours is basically free.
Yeah.
That's girl math.
You know what I mean?
Basically free.
Yeah, basically. I mean,
Basically free. I mean, it's
that's a
great,
crazy
right?
price for something that could save your life.
Right.
Literally.
If you returned a dress and they give you the money back, you basically got free money to spend there,
Basically,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You got to buy
Girl
something else.
math.
Yeah, you can buy something else. Girl math. I know girl math. Yeah. I know girl math.
That's all I know.
Now, do you have a specific? Because they can get to their program through our website.
Sure can, yeah,
But don't you? You guys
GraceNEPA.com.
also have your own website.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
the
That's the
untouchablenepa.com.
Untouchablesnepa.com.
Yep.
That'll take you directly to the women's only program.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Untouchable.
And that'll also be this course will also be linked on that website as well.
Yeah, and we also have a class every Sunday at 12 o'clock, and this is open to anybody. You can pop in 2 weeks free, and then you can, if you're into it, you can purchase a punch card, or
Yes.
you can, sign up monthly. And the majority of the women that are in our classes now started from that class. So, we have, 8 to 10 women that are now in the
training
advanced
regularly,
class.
In the co-ed advanced.
In the
class.
co-ed advanced classes,
Yes.
yes.
You have way
That's-
more than that in the women's only class in your workshops. Way
Yeah.
more than 8, but
in
yes,
the
you're talking about
co-ed,
steady women train
sport
women
jiu-jitsu
members.
even,
Yes.
it's they come because now they fell in love with
Yes.
jiu-jitsu as an art.
Everything we
and
just talked about for the last 2 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Yes.
awesome to see for sure.
See, I internal timer, baby.
I can't believe it. I mean, he's right on.
Really.
Because he tells me 1:45. Sometimes we go along, but I'm looking at the timer now because I actually did press the button this time.
Yeah.
And we're at 1:46.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that brings us to rapid fire.
Oh boy.
Oh boy,
Okay. They're not. Some of them are fluff. Some of them are tough.
fluff and tough.
Did you?
Let's call it that. Can we call it that?
That's going to be our tag team name.
Can we call it fluff and tough?
I hope I'm tough.
WWF. I'm fluff and you're tough.
Fluff and tough.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you guys need masks.
We're luchadors now.
Yeah, you need masks.
All right.
Oh god.
The one we always start with: gi or no gi?
Oh god, gee.
Gee, of
All day.
course.
Yeah. Train in the morning or train in the evening?
I do evening. I like to sleep.
Given your choice, you like to sleep in a little bit.
Yeah, I'm a morning guy. Morning for me.
Yeah. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Coffee.
Coffee all day.
5-hour energy.
Tea all day. I love tea.
Weird.
This one's going to lead us off on a little tangent.
Oh, boy.
Books or movies?
Books.
Books.
Come on, movies.
I mean,
Get out of here.
There
both of
there
yous.
was a time I was heavily book, and now I'm more movie. So books.
I mean,
this
it's
is a
books
big
for me.
discussion.
You're a book person.
I am
have a lot of
a
friends that are book people.
crazy book person.
This is
Yeah, my wife is every night reading on the Kindle.
Me too.
Like when I go away, like let's say I go away for 2 weeks straight, she tells me this, and I believe her. The television doesn't get turned on.
Same. My television is a YouTube aquarium. I put it on, and it's like fish
That's awesome.
swimming
Yeah,
around.
I have that,
So I
yeah,
have some kind of noise, And then I just read.
Yeah.
I have to break the women up because there's times they think jiu-jitsu is book club. I'm like,
Oh,
all right,
really?
guys, grab your partner.
like,
We're getting into grip fighting.
Have you read?
Grip fighting in public? And I'm looking, and they're
We're talking.
and they're talking.
And
I'm
it's
like,
hard to grip fight and talk at the same time.
I'm like, what are you guys talking
really
about? That
is.
stupid ass crown and porn book again? Like, what's it called? A court of thorns
court
and
of
roses. A court of thorns. What's it called?
A court of thorns and roses.
No, there was
And it
no
does
throats in
But
it.
they're talking
Zero
about,
throats in that
Zero
title.
throats.
They're
And
talking
it's
about
not
this book, and I'm
smut.
like,
Can you
what?
guys stop
I'm
calling
like, you're
it smut?
talking about these books.
I know.
You're
I'll
supposed to
never
be
know what it is. I'm not
training.
reading it.
It's so
Yeah,
good.
Is it an
great.
audio
It's-
book?
There's
I literally have to go
yeah.
break them
listen
up.
to it.
I'm like, guys, it's not book club. Train. Let's go. Come on. Competing or coaching? What brings you more joy?
Coaching. Competing brings me the most anxiety.
The most anxiety ever.
Oh my God. I freeze.
I just, it's funny you said anxiety, and I was the opposite. I never got anxious. And yesterday, you know how you get your Facebook memories?
Yeah.
A picture popped up. It's me and Tyler in our gis at the Pennsylvania State Games,
Okay.
sound asleep.
Yeah.
They had to wake us up.
Right.
They were
Yeah,
calling
chill.
my name.
Oh my
They're
God.
like, Jeffrey's to Matt, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
So he's sleeping.
He's sleeping. We got to
He's
go
taking
get
a
him.
nap.
So, yeah, I never had anxiety
lucky
really doing
you.
that. Yeah. I know. I'm awesome. Mountains are mountains or beach.
Beach.
Mountains.
I mean, no brainer.
The mountainous terrain of the Pocono Mountains.
I'm going to say mountains as well. Pizza or tacos?
Tacos.
Tacos.
Pizza.
That's so hard, right?
Not for me,
I'm
it
going
isn't.
pizza.
Pizza.
I'm going pizza.
What?
Yeah. I love tacos. I make a mean taco, but I love pizza.
I could live on pizza.
I think you answered this, but early bird or night owl?
I'm neither. I just want
Really?
to be in my bed all
day.
day long.
Thought
don't
we were over
wanna-
this.
I don't want to wake up early, and I mean, I guess it would be early bird because I don't stay up late either.
I'm a night owl. I love the
Yeah?
night. You know, like the whole, all the recent controversy about daylight savings time?
Yeah.
I'm like, I love it. I love it dark at 5 o'clock. People think I'm a psycho.
Oh, that is.
Yeah, I like the nighttime. I like the nighttime.
That's weird.
I'm a morning guy all day.
Yeah, I know you are.
I need sun. I'm
You
like,
can't talk.
I'm like a
you can't text him after 9
lizard.
p.m. He's
No,
not,
can't
he's
text me
not
after
gonna-
9
not
p.m.
gonna look
You're
at
not getting me after 9 p.m. There's no such thing as a jiu-jitsu emergency. Not. This was an interesting one. Win by submission or dominate on points, like 100-0, like physically dominate somebody, or win by submission.
submission.
Does it matter?
No,
Yeah.
no, it doesn't
No, it
matter.
doesn't
but I'm not
matter.
asking for an esoteric answer. I'm just asking for a
Then submission,
which one?
of course.
I mean, what can I do better? Probably win by points. But what would I want to do? Win by submission.
Now, I can do either, but I would prefer to dominate you 100 points to 0
Just because of the mental.
because I
Aspect
love
of it?
you to mentally fracture and
Yeah.
break. For you to
No, I
know,
could see if they broke though. If because I thought you were going to go the route of they tap from control or pressure because that's still
a
but
tap.
that's still a
nice
submission.
That's a submission.
That's
Right,
nice.
okay.
No, this is that after the 20 minutes of being ground
it's
into
173
dirt,
to nothing.
You and you just know you're like there's nothing I could do against that human. If he wanted to submit me, he could have at any point. I love doing
Yeah,
that.
that's a mental submission. Yeah,
Yeah, that to me
That
is
is
like
cool.
it's so good.
that is.
I mean, I've never had that
I
experience.
did.
So
I did.
I'm like,
that's what I did to that kid at Nick Massington's event.
Yes.
Remember, it was held in the boxing ring and
Yep,
whatever.
I was
and
there,
just like,
yeah.
I broke that kid.
Yeah.
And you can actually hear it on the video. Tyler go from the corner. He just gave up.
Yep. Yeah,
Something
he
like
did,
that.
He screamed
or,
it. Yeah,
or he
yeah.
just said he just broke. Something like that. You could feel. I could feel the will, and I was
Yep.
like, yes.
Yeah, that was awesome.
But that's the sadist in me. That's the
there's something
sadist
wrong
in
with
me.
you.
Okay, finish the sentence.
Okay.
Jiu-jitsu has taught me.
Everything. Like, honestly, it taught me how to be a better mom, a better teacher, a better person. It taught me that I'm not as tough as I think I am. And it's so cliche. Like, oh, jiu-jitsu saved my life. But, like, it has made me a better person for sure.
Yeah,
Awesome.
you could say so many words. I say patience a
I say
lot.
patience,
You
yeah.
could say humility. There's a lot of things
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu brings you.
Yeah.
Freedom.
The best teachers always
Care.
care.
Yeah,
I like that.
that's a great word. Yep.
Great. I love that. Every parent should.
Let their child fail.
I love
I
that.
love that. Yeah. I wish more women knew.
How strong they are.
Nice.
I was going to
Not
say how to
physically.
cook. Them broads need to learn how to cook.
Those dames.
Those dames need to learn how to cook.
I'm good. I don't need to know that.
I laugh every time I think about.
Putting Jeff unconscious.
Wait a minute.
That's a true story.
Was I
a
gone
true
for
story.
that?
Yeah, you would have been away for that. Yeah.
What happened
Yeah.
there? I know this is
Best
the end
day
of the
of my life.
podcast,
So
but
we were talking about a triangle.
Don't undersell it because I legitimately did it.
oh my god, is this the part where she thinks she
This
actually
is
got
where
it?
she
This is the
thinks she's
West
tough.
Sider.
This is the
This
West
is the
Sider
West
coming
Sider.
out.
Is this the part where she
this-
actually thinks she submitted
she
it?
got it. So we were talking about triangle, and she was saying like, oh, I was having a little, I struggled here or there with it. So we were going over it, and I'm making the adjustments, and I'm talking, and then all of a sudden I just hear, "Are you sleeping?" And I'm like,
Well, it was.
it was like far away, and I hear it again, like, and then I hear, "You're drooling."
So you went out
I was face down in the mat.
as you were trying to
Mind
walk her
you,
through the
I
move.
was, I'm walking her
This
through the
has
move.
never
and
happened
this-
to me. Like
Yeah.
I've never put somebody
She's
to
never
sleep.
put somebody to sleep, so she
So
panicked.
now
oh my
he's
god.
coaching me and I have it locked.
Yeah.
And he's like talking, so I think he's fine. And then I said
that's a
something
good triangle.
that
It's not tricky.
On the throat.
Right.
so I say something that I thought he laughed at. And I was like, I'm serious. I get this. And I
Right.
hear
Oh, it was
it
not.
wasn't
It was a
laugh.
gurgle.
It was
a snore.
yep, mhm.
Yeah. Oh,
So then I'm
funny.
like, I panic. I'm like, what are you doing? And then so like I take the triangle out and I'm like not touching him because then I'm like, well, if he fucking dies, I'm gonna be in jail. So I'm like,
DNA.
wake up! Are you? And then he has drool dripping down his face.
Oh my god.
He didn't use his hands. He smeared across the mat, but his face. It was
There was a trail.
yeah.
A drool trail.
It was so funny.
bad.
And then I'm like, all right, let's get right back into this.
He's like, I was trying to instruct you, and that's why I'm like, no, my triangle's just that good.
Oh my god. Clearly, I got it. Let's move on to the next subject.
We don't need this anymore.
Yep, I'm going to triangle everybody from now on.
Oh, my
If I was not a teacher, I would be.
Ooh. I don't think there was any other path for me, really.
Right.
I think that was all I could think of. That was all I wanted to do. Maybe like a rich, like woman that doesn't have a job, like a real housewife.
Like a. Wait a minute. Oh, I thought you were gonna go somewhere else with that. I was gonna say like a gold digger or something.
Yeah, maybe
Oh,
like
all
a
right.
gold digger.
Yeah.
But like no, just like living at home and just not having a job.
Which Real Housewives franchise do you like the best?
Oh, Jersey for sure.
I've never
Oh,
watched
geez.
one.
OG
never-
Teresa.
Never watched one. I could not tell you a name on
You're
that.
missing out.
Never
missing
take a name
out.
on that.
Missing out.
All right, a simple yes or no.
Oh boy,
White belts should compete early.
white belt should compete early.
Yes, white belts should compete early.
No.
Everyone should train self-defense.
Yes. Are we all answering this? Is this
Well, we've
just on
answered a lot
me?
of these before.
Okay,
We've
so
answered a lot
That's
of
why
them
if we just keep saying the same thing, it's going to get old.
Belt
Okay.
belt promotion matters more than acquired skills.
No.
Of course not. I mean,
a trick question.
Is anybody going to say yes?
It's a trick question.
You're fired immediately. You're out of the gym.
You lose more, or you learn more in losing than in winning.
True.
Of course.
Discipline is more important than motivation. Discipline or motivation, pick one.
I don't know if I can.
I don't know
Oh
if you can.
no, yeah,
Motivation.
Motivation, okay. Sometimes she's not
Interesting.
disciplined. She wants to act on motivation.
yeah.
Social media has helped jiu-jitsu more than it's hurt it.
I think that's true.
I think it's true too, yeah.
Yes, I agree. I agree. More eyes on it.
Yeah, for sure.
Parents should not coach from the sidelines.
Oh, so true.
So true, right?
Yeah, it's hard not to do, though, I would imagine, for most parents.
Yes.
I was never that parent. I could sit, if I went to my kid's baseball game, I would sit in the outfield.
So
Just sit out there and watch the game.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would be working. I'd be sitting in my patrol car, watch the game from afar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was never the guy like, you got to do that. Nah.
No,
That's what the coaches
No.
are for.
no. I'm scrolling through. I want to see if there was anything, other ones that jumped out on me as
Yeah, these are soft.
I'll go back while he's
Would-
looking. I'll go back to discipline versus motivation.
Okay.
I want you to look at it through this lens. Motivation is external,
Yeah. Well,
and discipline is internal.
yeah.
So you could always control your own level of discipline. You could never control your motivation.
I think they kind of go hand in hand, though. Like, you need to be motivated to be disciplined, in my opinion.
Interesting. I think if you're disciplined, you don't need motivation anymore.
I think that is the motivation.
Wow, we should just talk about this for the next 15 minutes. No, I'm just kidding.
We'll have to have a part 2.
Yeah.
You could snap your fingers right now and return to being a brand new white belt or be a world champion.
Be a world champion. Duh.
Yeah. Why would I go back there?
I go back
That's like saying you can snap your fingers and go back to the state police academy. No thanks.
No thanks.
Yeah, no thanks.
Have unlimited time or unlimited energy.
Well, that's easy.
Time.
Of course.
Time?
Yeah.
Time's the most valuable quantity. Well, it also depends because if you have
How much
unlimited
time
time,
we
but
talking
let's say you're not healthy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Then I don't know how valuable is time, but
Yeah.
yeah I don't know.
Yeah, that's
I would
fair.
pick time if that was just if there's no other context. I'd say time.
I'm down for vampirism. Like, if anybody right now is watching that's a vampire, and I'm
Send your inquiries, serious inquiries only to
yeah.
He
570.
He doesn't read these books.
Yeah, you
Court
can
of
you can
Throat
bite
and
you can bite me and I'll be
Vampires.
immortal and
Forever.
You know, whatever. Yeah, you want me to kill people on your behalf? Sure.
Yeah, as
I
long
get
as
to
it
live
comes with-
forever and
yeah.
Sure, I'll take all the time in the world.
You got to go to that new joint.
What's that?
You got to go to the new joint.
I heard you fine. He is getting lost.
Yeah, he didn't even want to use. He didn't even want to use headphones. There's a new place in Pittston. You know what you're Pittston, right?
Yeah.
You know where you've heard
I know
of Pittston,
where
right?
Pittston is. Yeah, it's the mean
It's a
streets.
fact. It's the greatest city in the history of mankind.
So in Pittston, they just opened House Noir.
Yeah, they have one in Scranton too.
Don't laugh.
They have one. Like,
No,
this
no,
is
no, no.
not new.
Oh no. You don't even know the story because you're not from the
my
streets.
goodness.
From what I understand, it's the same owner.
Yeah.
They split. The people that used to own Dark Noir Spirits or whatever it was called in Scranton, because I've been there
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Cool place. I've been to both places. So when I say what I'm going to say, just understand I've also been to the other place.
Qualified it.
Right. From what I understand, there was like two guys that owned that. One was like the money guy. The other guy was the visionary and the culinary guy.
Yeah.
From what I understand, they had a following. This could all be, by the way, not true. So So someone could fact check me, and I'd be open to the fact that I'm wrong. But this is what I heard. Is the word in the street.
Yeah.
Is that they have dissolved their relationship.
Oh.
The person who was the culinary and the artistic mind of the two left Scranton and opened House Noir in Pittston.
Okay.
So a lot of people say, are those two related? And the answer is kinda. So it was one of the guys that owned the one in Scranton. He no longer is involved in the one in Scranton. He opened the one in Pittston called House Noir.
Okay.
And when I tell you there is no comparison,
Wow.
zero. This place in Pittston is amazing.
Really?
Like you won't even believe you're in Pittston. You walk through the door, you're like, oh my God. It's bigger than the other place. It's nicer. It's got a classier vibe, I want to say, than the other one. It doesn't have there's weird things in there.
Yeah.
Right? But I think it goes to it trends up.
Okay.
The food was great. And from what I heard, you guys are Scranton people, so maybe you know, but I heard the other place is closed.
Is it really?
That's what I heard.
I have not heard that.
I
My only question regarding the newer establishment in Pittston
Okay.
is goth baddies or no goth baddies? What's it staffed by?
Oh no, yeah, but yeah,
Goth
yes,
girls?
correct,
Okay,
yes,
I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out then.
And here's the thing: the
love me
nicest.
a goth girl. What are you looking at me like that for?
Our waitress was a goth girl,
I'm looking at
and like you
for the
look at her
baddie.
walking over, and if you're not into that, you might be thinking, "Oh God!" And she was like the sweetest girl in the world. Like the book, don't judge the book by the cover. Like she had the tattoos and the piercings, and everything. Just a great waitress. Like there was no she wasn't like good evening. You know what I mean? It wasn't like nothing crazy. I know that's probably what you didn't want to hear, but
I wanted to put her finger in my drink and stir it.
well, the
spit
drinks
it.
smoke and all that stuff.
That's
And, I mean, not that we're sponsored by House Noir, but we're really giving them a
maybe
lot
we
of
might
credit.
be. My
I mean, we're really
goodness.
throwing them a lot of credit right here. Maybe next time I come in, throw me a free appetizer or something. But if you like that kind of stuff, and I know you
I
do,
do, yeah.
it's excellent.
Wow.
Excellent.
Pittston in general, I didn't realize how good
Yeah, I know you
the
didn't.
restaurant scene
Now you
is
do.
out here.
It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
You've been to Fuji.
Yes.
I mean, they're my people, so
Yeah,
I'll plug
I've
them
been
all day
there.
long. Best sushi around.
But there's this other place we went to. It has 3 levels. There's I forget what it's called, but
Ricasa.
yes.
Yes.
Oh my God.
They have
And
a rooftop
the refinery,
bar. Refinery
I
is new.
also-
Yep, great food.
Cara my sister-in-law got married there, I think, or was like
Yeah.
catered by the refinery. But oh my God, that
Pittston is becoming a very downtown Pittston
yeah.
is becoming a very artsy, trendy, high end, and in anticipation, there's a huge theater project coming to Pittston.
Oh, nice.
Like $400 million project and stuff. So in anticipation for that, a lot of these higher end restaurants are moving in and renovating, and yeah, it's really nice. But check that out. You'll love it.
Yeah.
Did you go to the other one? Have you been to the other one?
I had not.
Oh, then yeah, just go to this one. Don't even bother. I heard the other one closed. I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Final question.
Oh boy.
Who would you like to see appear on the podcast?
Yeah. Who's next?
I mean, I would love Brittany.
Well, she was supposed to be, so we'll get her back in here. But
yeah, we have to give her the
talking
pass.
other than her.
Yeah, we have to give her the pass.
She had a good reason.
She had a good reason. Yeah.
Yeah, she did. Oh my God. Like, can we just have all the girls just do a podcast?
Like a female round table. Ooh, boy, I would do that.
We'll be off camera
I was
producing
gonna-
it. I could work the board. I could work the
You can
sound
work the
effects
board.
I don't
without.
know how we'd have to get a bigger table.
Bigger
figure it
table.
out.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
But that would be interesting.
I think that would because
We have like we'll do a rectangular this way. Yeah, we could have 5 people sitting at it.
love it.
We'll set it up. Will they do it, or are you just volunteering them?
They will do it.
They're just, yeah.
Okay.
I will.
You will make
force
them.
them.
I'll
You
force
will
them
make
to do it.
They are doing
Anybody else? You want to call them out? You can just look at the camera and call them out.
Who should come
I
on?
mean, you got called out.
Do you know of anybody?
did?
No, wait, did she? No, Jake Bennett
she
called
was-
out Brittany, right? Or did he say
No, I
Brittany
think
and
it was
Kristen?
her.
I think he said both of them. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think he was like Brittany and Kristen. You
I
got
think it
called
was
out,
he.
yeah.
I think he literally said your name, but we were going to have you out anyway. You were being forced.
Well, thanks. I mean, fan favorite Joe Santora is one of my favorite people of all time.
Tell her who I said right before she got
Joe
here.
Santora.
I
His name
literally
comes
just
up.
told him that.
His name comes up.
That was 5 minutes before you got here. I
He's
said, I
so
think we need Joe.
private
him.
and soft spoken. I don't
Yeah,
know if
I
we could
adore
get him to
him.
do this, but
But
we're-
No, he would do it, and he's so interesting, and he doesn't
very
think he's
interesting,
interesting.
yes.
So I think
No, I
that'd be
love the
really
guy.
good.
I just rolled with him the other day too.
Yeah.
He's great, and I think I would love to hear his perspective
Yeah,
and his journey in the game.
exactly.
You know, so
And we
I
started
literally
at the
gave
same
him
time, me and Joe. So we
Yes.
were both white belts at
Yes.
the same time, and
Yep,
so
I
like to
remember.
see him, he's like so good
Yeah.
and like such like a
Yeah.
I don't know how.
What's
to,
he a two or three?
one brown.
One stripe brown
One
belt. Yeah. He's awesome. I so you think because he said he doesn't think he'll do it. You think he'll do it?
I think he'll do it.
Okay. Well, I mean, we're going to ask.
We're gonna ask
worst
him.
I
thing-
will
the worst
ask.
thing somebody can say is no.
We're gonna ask him.
So
Leave
all
it
the
to me.
girls,
Leave
Joe
it to me.
Santora, give us a third.
A third? I mean, you've had all of my faves so far.
No, you're missing one that I also said. Think real. I mean, it's such an easy answer that you're missing it.
I mean, do we want funny? Like that we
We
can.
want whatever. We just want people's authenticity.
Okay, maybe Smitty because he
Schmidt.
has
Just talked to Smitty for like an hour and a half on the phone the other day.
He
Literally.
has some wild things that he
Schmidt.
says.
Oh, he's coming in. Yeah, we'll get Schmitty. We're gonna have the obvious, just so the people know.
I don't know.
We're gonna have the obvious people in, like the Tylers
Yeah, yeah.
and Crow and Smitty. I don't know if Rick Fry. I don't know if Rick
He
Fry
might.
wants to. Yeah, he might. He would probably do it.
But
But
if we give him a beer, he'll be here.
yeah, the solid. Those guys are coming in. But like, there's one that I told him a couple days ago. I actually said it right in front of the guy. Said, "Hey, we need you on." But you see him every day.
Oh, Derek?
Yes.
Yeah, Derek.
I thought he was on one already.
No, he was not.
Well, like years ago.
I'm talking.
When this started and it
The
wasn't
new
so
format.
professional.
Yeah,
It was
the new
format.
format.
Okay, I
right.
wasn't thinking of like just
New
okay.
format.
Yeah, of
new
course,
format.
Derek. I mean, he
he's
should
gotta
he should just be here.
He's
got to
come on. Right, I agree. He should live here.
He should just move in. Sleep on the couch.
Sleep on the cow beanbag. That's it, Derek. Here's
All
a new
right. Very
address.
good. Miss Kristen, thank you for taking
Yeah,
the
it was
time out
awesome.
of your very busy schedule of
Yeah.
wife, mom, teacher, jiu-jitsu expert
Yeah.
to join us and
Thanks for having
world
me.
traveler and all of that.
Yeah, check the
You know.
description for the link for both the website, the course, all that stuff. We'll put that up.
Link is in the bio.
Good.
That's it. Is that how they say it? How the kids say it?
Link
Give
is
it a
in the bio.
like, follow, and share, and
right.
check the bio for all of the appropriate links.
There it
and,
is.
Have a blessed day. Thanks, guys.
That's it. Peace.
Peace.
We out.